By the way, you for sure had the hard job. Everybody sent an email.
Bro.
You better have gotten everything.
Let's talk a second because I'm just gonna put it out there. Truly love the interaction. Don't get me wrong here. But there was a lot of stuff, like some people left out some categories, especially even the new ones, and then some
Yeah.
uh, added their own, like kept going with Lex moments, Chloe moments. I got Jimmy moments, Oliver.
I thought we were supposed to do that, so I kind of was doing that too.
Well, I mean, a lot of mine play hand in hand with,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
I'm kind of
exactly.
gonna group them up here too, whenever they are winning
I
the
think I got
square.
some good ones here. I think I got some good
Nah,
ones.
man, I don't know. I think we're gonna be
I
alike on a lot of these.
I
Not
don't
gonna
think
lie.
we are.
No, I
I
don't
don't
know, man.
think
I don't know,
so.
dude.
You
I
know what?
don't
I'm
know, dude.
curious what you think your best impression was, you egotistical
I
son of a
shouldn't even. I
bitch.
didn't even vote that. I literally looked at the paper. I was looking at the list. I was like, why the fuck would I even write nominations for this? I was about
Talks
to
about
write
yourself in
something.
third person, huh?
I was like, yeah, best accent. What the fuck? People, honestly, you'll be surprised on that category, and then a couple others too. But yeah, so I will definitely do some honorable mentions. I marked down on my notes to basically just refer to the email because it either had a just something really funny or something long and funny. So just wanted to throw that out there. But dude, I'm just gonna put a shout out there right now. Shout out John, Schoolhouse Rock. What the fuck,
What?
man? What is going on, dude? We're getting showered with love right now.
What? I didn't get showered with love.
I mean, we're just. What are you talking about? Did you not see his email, dude?
No, I didn't see anything.
He
You said
sent
that you
us.
had the email, so it looks like you got to read the
Well,
whole
no, that
thing.
was something separate. He sent that a while. I thought you would have seen it by now.
Oh, no, I'm not allowed to look at anything. I have access to nothing.
They warn you now.
It's
Hey,
like I'm a child.
we all signed a contract. Obviously, we warn you now. Okay. Even they
Okay.
even spaced it out. One guy was like, "Seriously, last chance. Stop reading now if you don't want spoilers." I
Okay,
think that
that's
was
fine.
John
Then
too.
in that case, you're gonna have to read it all. It's fine.
But just hint, Taylor, we got another cameo, bro. Cameo video from a star from Smallville. So maybe you should watch that at some point.
We have
Maybe
another
during your break.
cameo.
Maybe during break time.
Okay, yeah, yeah, we have plenty of those. Why? Because we have to catch our breath. We're just so into it that we have to catch the breath. It's not because time runs out or anything, and then we have to restart something. Either way, that's a good idea. Okay, so in the middle of this, I'm then going to be able to watch what was sent to us. I hope it's porn.
um, yeah, man. Season 8 awards again. So shout out John. Shout out Schoolhouse Rock. Man, we've come a long way.
That
Shout
was a
out
good one.
Tay. We
I
got emails
let's
from them as well.
Tay shout out.
We
Let's make
already
sure we
know.
understand. Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, so shout out Drew, shout out Joy, shout out Rocky, shout out Smooth Hands, man. I feel like we hadn't heard from Smooth Hands in a while. But we got nominations from all those people, and they, wow, very detailed on everything. So it was
I
pretty
got
great.
George. George, I got you. Don't worry, I
Mm.
know that you were sending us things. You know who wasn't sending us things? Sean. Shout out Sean. Once
Who was
again,
that one? I saw one. It was like started with numbers, or maybe it had numbers in their thing.
RGB
There you go,
1028. There we
RGB.
go. Okay.
RGB.
Ooh, man, this person sent it in early. I love it.
Love it. Yes. So again, shout out to all you lovely fans. Y'all made this very fun again. Again, I think me and Taylor are gonna agree on a lot, you know.
I don't
But he
think
he
so.
he
I
thinks
think I'm
not.
throwing you curveballs today. And I know a lot of people think that I'm going to be going per episode this season when it comes to my villain of the year. Do not worry. I'm not going to be doing that. I am instead going to be taking the high road this year. So there will not be a long rant when it comes to villain of the year. I want to make this light. I want to be able to make this fun. So as long as I don't get angry with some of the answers that people have provided for us, then I think it's going to be a good time. I think we're going to have a great time.
Oh, I'm hoping they're gonna make him angry now. That's I
I
like the
can't handle it.
anticipation.
Can't handle it at all. It's been a long day, okay?
Oh man. But yes, somebody save me podcast. We're back and it's season 8 awards. It's fucking nuts. Lot
Fucking
happened this season.
nuts. Uh, I don't even
We
want to
had a
talk about this
lot of
game.
categories. And I do love some of the ones that people just added in. I even got a most racist episode. That was great.
Oh, and easily, I believe that it is the most racist episode that we've seen. No, I don't know,
Actually,
man.
that's kind of fun. We do a little intro because yeah.
Hold on. Is it more racist than McNally?
uh I mean, let's just say it now, dude. It's only one person who added this in their email. It was I think it was Smooth Hands. Yep. Smooth Hands. Again, shout out to you. Most racist episode, bulletproof. Episode 12.
It's a fair argument. Fair argument.
And McNally, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you had the Mexicans and then
The
in
problem is we
bulletproof.
saw a black cop with them.
Yep, and they still shot him or
And
tried
they
to kill him.
still, yeah, exactly. They were a part of the gang. So in this case, are they racist or is this just a cop thing?
See,
And is that racism? Is that what, or is it
it is
copism?
some type of prejudice, that's for sure.
There's some ism.
There's some ism, dude. There's some ism. Um, dude, so many good ones. Again, people really did add quite a bit. And ooh, I can't wait for the best moments. People actually did some best moments of the season. I love it. Some people didn't. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna throw this out here. I think we were done with Parent, right? We said that.
It would have been fun this year because now it's very actually it's easy. It's Tess.
So we put best. It was John, Schoolhouse Rock, best parent. This feels weird, but Jarrell, he suddenly doesn't totally suck. It also helps that there aren't many parents this season.
He wasn't like no parents were around. Not even Jarrell. Jarrell was around like maybe 2 episodes.
Maybe,
I said maybe. Is it
yeah.
one?
Well, I'm saying like maybe even if that. I don't know. I
I
feel
thought
like I
there was
heard
a
him.
little bit of talking like once. I thought there was one.
Worst parent. He gave it. Is it confirmed that Gabe the critter is
It
officially dead?
is. We were told Gabe the Critter died off screen
Yeah, he's literally dead. Like
because
Chloe
Lois
apparently
was
has no
comforting her.
family. Apparently Chloe has no family. All right. Why else would Lois come here? Because obviously the rest of her family died except Chloe. So
Gabe the Critter. He is for sure dead.
he said if he's still alive, not showing up to his daughter's wedding should seal the deal.
Why? It's because he's dead.
He said if he's still alive though.
But
And he's
you know
like,
what?
wait,
No. It's still a knock on Gabe. Well, if you want to nominate Gabe as worst parent because he's the one that brought Chloe into the world, okay. All right. Strong argument now.
maybe John was onto something.
Yeah, you know what? I understand. I
He did
understand what
say
they were doing.
if we weren't gonna count it, it would have gone to Feora. I mean, he said, "I know she knows it wouldn't kill him, but going from 'I love you, my son' and then just impaling him, you know, yeah, it was a little rough."
She had to make her boy stronger. No one else is going to impale him. No one's going to walk up and impale
I
David.
love
So
what
in order to do that,
I love what John specifically said because he says, "Yeah, but going from 'I love you, my son' to shoving a pole through his midsection is a tough transition for the poor street rat."
strong arguments. There's a lot of strongness here.
Beautiful ones to start with, dude. These are amazing. I was a little confused. I'm just gonna say this now on pervert. I probably should just ask, but I kind of went with nominations of. I do have the best and worst because some people obviously gave that, but I did
Yeah.
on my end like biggest pervert of the season. Was that
That
the
would
one I
be
did?
best pervert. That's the same thing. It's best and worst. It just depends on how they made you feel.
Okay. People gave worst Oliver moments. Jesus Christ. Best and
You know
worst
what?
Oliver
No, no,
moments.
no. Those are fine. Those are fine too. I think that we could easily do those as well.
All right. But yeah, a couple good ones to start with. Again, those weren't really part of the ones we were doing. And on Twitter, we did leave out Villain of the Year, but yes, someone pointed out. Yeah, I think that's just a given at this point, so we're all just going to put that in. And everyone put it in, so
What we should do is actually the racism, and we should bring John back here a little bit. Let's do a poll where we have who's more racist, McNally or the Bulletproof. So just do that. That'll work perfectly. And then I'm actually curious what everyone thinks.
Okay. All right. And John Schoolhouse Rock did point out the best friend, biggest bro category was the only one to do that. So
Ooh, that's also a good one. We'll save that one. You and I will definitely come up with something for that.
yeah, I mean, I did actually do that, and I do want to read his too. But again,
What did
some
you
of
just
mine
want to
fall
share a
hand in
moment
hand.
together? Is that what you want me to do? You just want me to leave? Is that what this is?
Nah, dude.
Taylor, I didn't tell you about this, but I read it and I did it with
Dude.
him.
No, some of mine just play hand in hand with that type of
Oh,
category.
okay. Whatever. Stop trying to hurt my feelings. There's been a
I
lot of
swear to
this.
God, do me and John do not have anything going on.
I think you may be the same person.
Classic. You know me and my side accounts, dude. But yes, we are the two nerdy idiots. Season 8 awards. It's time, man. It's time. I guess of course, I think what we've been doing is starting with worst, and then we go with best.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's depending on what the category is because it could mean kind of different things here.
That's true. Okay, I like it.
Yes, it's
We'll
just
call it as
starting
a.
out with the smaller categories and then working our way up to the bigger stuff.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
just like the MTV Movie Awards,
Mm,
just like it,
remember.
but only the 2004 era. Nothing else.
Man, we got to get some custom Smallville like MTV Movie Award sounds, dude.
We need to find out when they were on MTV, like TRL, and give me that shirt. They had to
Oh,
have
I
been on
like.
TRL. There's
Okay.
no way they weren't.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, bro.
That'd be a great photo.
That would be a great photo. And then you airbrush it on my shirt.
Yeah. Megan,
Thank you again for returning. Let's go ahead and start this shit, dude, cuz we got a lot. We got quite a bit. I was writing some.
it's gonna be a
I was
4-hour podcast. I hope everyone's ready for the craziest awards that you've ever seen.
craziest. Oh. Okay. So to start it off, I think we always kind of switch it up, but I mean, what do you want to start with? I think we usually start with maybe like best kiss or maybe
Yeah,
even
or pervert.
yeah, pervert.
Yeah. So let's do this then. Do you want to start with something sweet or something dirty?
Mm, I love that question. Um
Okay. All right. Pervert it is. Okay, read it.
Lup psych. We do big perverts for Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed and me and sitting in a tree.
Yeah, so I say we go ahead and yeah, start with Kiss. Let's go. All right, yeah, we're gonna have to go worst first on Kiss. All right, I
Okay.
want to be turned on by the end of this category. Okay.
Okay. All right, go on.
Worst Kiss. So I'm gonna start with, of course, the fan nominees. We had 4 votes on this shit. Literally, every Clark and Lana kiss in the season is worst kiss. We had that from Joy, Smooth Hands, Rocky, and oh, Rocky specifically said Daily Planet kiss when she absorbed the shit.
George said the same thing with Clark and Lana. His was very specific too. It was the gross goodbye kiss in the barn. It was also a strong argument. I because that I even said that kiss is gross. Whenever you're
Dude,
watching it, his face is so disgusting that I don't know if I could really watch them do that again.
I got a good laugh from some other categories. I mean, some from other nominations on that. John Schoolhouse Rock voted the Clois kiss that didn't happen. I liked it.
As the worst.
Worse, yes.
Okay.
You know what I
All
mean?
right.
And then Drew said any Davis and Chloe kiss that ever happened. But that was, I think that was really only one time on camera, right?
Yeah, that was the only time that we've seen it. Yeah, I
Right
couldn't
before
think of
Bride.
an. Yeah. So it's, I don't know what that really was about now that I think of it. It really only was the one time when she was actually cheating on Jimmy. It was the only kiss they needed to show us, or
Right,
show Jimmy in this case.
to make us hurt.
Yeah, it's been a great season, everybody. So excited.
So
What did you have?
I voted for the last Clonicus. I
All
did
right.
Requiem.
Hope everyone's ready for this. Like I said, I'm not gonna do villain of the year stuff, but let's start here. Worst kiss would be Jimmy and Chloe in Doomsday when Jimmy said sorry. That is the worst fucking kiss in the entire season. Is having to
No,
deal with no.
love
Every
reignited.
This is ridiculous. Exactly. This is worst kiss. That was not love reunited. That was somehow Jimmy taking the fall when people turned him into a drug addict. Somehow this man is the one that's even kissing her at the end and buying her a house. Absolutely ridiculous. This was the worst kiss in the entire season.
I do like that one a lot. That's a really good one. Because yeah, he was cuck. That's the cuck kiss. That's the cuck kiss, dude.
Look, and if people aren't gonna side with me here and say that it's
Kiss of the
worse,
cuck.
it can't be worse kiss because they enjoyed it. Well, you know what? Clark and Lana enjoyed all their kisses. Okay? But
Oh no,
George
Lana
may
was
have
crying
got,
on that last one, dude.
I was gonna say the one that they did not enjoy was the gross one. So if you're trying to tell me that the barn wins, I may have to give that up. But otherwise, it has to be the Jimmy and Chloe. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know, dude. 4 votes on every Clona kiss.
Sorry, I'm overriding. I'm
On the
overriding.
first
You are going
category.
to have to no, nope. You're either choosing mine or you're choosing the barn. There's no other no
Well,
other
you know
one.
what I voted? I voted Barn. So that means it's 2 against your one, dude.
That's fine. That's
And I have
fine.
seniority here.
You know what? I
Over
like I
John,
said,
I mean. Over
I
John.
was going to. That kiss really was gross. I'm not even trying to get. That was disgusting to have to watch.
She was like kind of like gagging a bit as she was crying on her way down.
I just think my worst kiss is so bad. It
That's because that hurts you the most, dude. That's why you
It's
hate
also the worst kiss because it gets him killed because she saw Davis get up from the ground while she was kissing. This is absolute bullshit. Oh, Davis just appeared out of nowhere. He didn't get super speed. He was split from Doomsday. He was a normal guy. Does not make any sense.
See you later, Jimmy. I'm gonna kill you now, Chloe. Worst kiss, Clark and Lana on the
Clark and
barn.
Lana Barn goodbye kiss. That's the worst.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, but shout out all those 4 votes, man. You would have had me. I mean, usually, yeah, I hate all their. I don't know. They sometimes their kisses they be hitting, but
Okay. So now I get to talk about my best kiss. I'm going to go first here because somebody actually agreed with me and I couldn't believe it because I did read some of the emails. One of them was Joy's email. And what was Joy's best kiss? That's right, everybody. It was the kiss that never happened. That's exactly what I voted for too. I It was the only kiss that truly got me very interested in them making out or almost making out. Sure, it did not happen. Sure, I was blue balled, but in the end, it was the most captivating. Please, God, let this happen. It didn't, but I'm still counting it as my best kiss. I was turned on, and no other kiss gave me that type of feeling this season.
I know, dude. It was like when he puts her
It was
hand
right
on him.
there. And that's what I hate about it even being voted worse just because it was the tease. No. Bride is so good that that tease was needed. I'm okay with the tease. It gave it to me. It made me hope. It made me feel.
So you might hate me for me, but I'll start with their noms first. Got 3 votes on CK and Maxima in Instinct. Okay.
It's a good one. It's a full on makeout.
You want to talk about getting turned on? Now that one, I'll make my dick explode. But
It,
I,
it
as
did.
well as Drew, Still, I voted again for the final Clark and Lana kiss in the barn because that is best kiss. That means she's gone forever, and that means she's out of my life.
Okay, you're already eliminated. This is ridiculous. Joseph's nominee, Drew's nominee, is now gone. I'm sorry, Drew. What just happened here is you're nominating something that was so gross that then you're saying it's the best because it ended something. It's not what Best Kiss is about. If you're not gonna take it seriously when Best Kiss is about love,
Wow, dude.
all right,
Wow.
man. If you're not gonna
Best
take it
kiss.
seriously,
Dude, what happened to Dirty? Like the good Dirty, huh?
just save that for Proto.
You're right. You know what? I respect it. I respect it, dude. I respect it. Clois, scene in the barn, bride. Definitely takes the cake. Shout out
Okay.
Joy for
Yes.
being a
Okay.
partial winner here.
That's what I'm talking
Good team.
about.
Okay, so since we kind of talked a lot about Jimmy just now, I feel like we should just go ahead and mention some of the Jimmy stuff that I saw in here. Um,
Why was there any Jimmy stuff? What are we doing?
John, Schoolhouse Rock, best Jimmy moment, finally standing up for himself in turbulence when he basically said, Chloe, you're a piece of shit.
Jimmy's best moment is Jimmy getting married, Jimmy being happy, Jimmy finally feeling like he's going to marry the girl of his dreams. That's Jimmy's best moment. It was everything. And it was all taken for Davis. And that's something I may never be able to forgive. They took Jimmy away from me. And the worst Jimmy moment is easily, once again, Doomsday.
John said, worst thing pretty much, on top of pretty much the entire season, that he got retconned to no longer being the Jimmy Olsen. Like the
Okay, if you're
original.
saying writers and what they did to Jimmy, fuck yeah, that's the winner right there.
Yeah. So again, not
Yes.
everyone did this, so I'm just mentioning his since he put it in there. I want to say Joy. Yeah. Worst moment: getting caught stealing money from Chloe for drugs.
For
Getting
best?
caught stealing money from Chloe for drugs. Yeah, yeah. No, that's his worst moment.
Oh,
That's Joy's
worst
worst moment.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
I can't believe so many people had worst Jimmy.
It was just two
So
people.
dude, that's a lot. It wasn't even mentioned. But under the influence of drugs does not count. Sorry, I'm not going to allow my man to be spit on like that. That was one of the worst writer decisions. Right, right. The actual winner of this, the worst thing you could ever do to Jimmy is what the writers did. The writers are the real villains to this.
Oh shit, Drew did one too.
Okay, this is okay. All right, here we
Joy.
go.
Okay, so to make it quick, Joy did
Yes.
say in finding out Clark's powers and identity was his best moment.
But then he got fooled by not like just like
And then
worst.
he got followed up with, getting killed. Worst Jimmy moment from
That was
Drew,
like 9 episodes later.
marrying Chloe. That's his worst Jimmy moment. Best Jimmy moment, figuring out Clark's secret from that blurry photo. That was also an identity.
But then he let it go.
Shout out Jimmy, man. Shout out to those three folks right there for submitting Jimmy nominations. Hey, that's cool.
I'm
That's
glad that
what's
we all
up.
agree on the worst. All right.
The worst
Best.
is absolutely the worst.
Yes. The best can be anything happy. So I don't care who the winner is on that one.
I do hate him. I was gonna mention him, but you said already he was on drugs when he went to Oliver to ask for money
Yeah, it
when they
doesn't count. Doesn't count under
interrupted
the
that meeting.
influence. We've set the rules prior. We've set the rules. All right, by the way, I did forget to say that 1028 RGB 1028 did say for Kiss, Clark and Maxima, so they nominated that for best. And for worst, it was all Clark and Lana. So we already agreed it was on Barn. And for best, we already agreed it was the almost. So RGB 1028, thank you for submitting your nominations, but I won.
Well, if that just shows you, RGB, Taylor hates you.
It's not true at all. Shout out.
Yo,
But seriously, I take
sh-
it all back. I'm just kidding. I'm just depressed. Let me have this.
shout out Kiss, dude. Shout out the Kiss category. One is done. Let's move on, man. Do we want to just slide into pervert since we're kind of leaning into there?
Well, that's what we were automatically gonna do. I do want to also say though, Schoolhouse Rock, shout out. Shout out.
You like that video?
Jesus Christ, I feel so spoiled right now.
Dude,
The
I
only
just love
if
John Schneider looks just kind of drunk. Does he not look drunk to you? You just look.
I
Uh,
don't care, he was fine as hell. I
yeah,
loved
dude. I
every second of
dude,
that.
Bo Duke, come over here, dude. I wanna kiss you. He forgot he was in Duke's Hazard, I think.
Joseph, I thought he was about to get emotional. Like that's how good it is. I thought he was about to get emotional, and we were gonna have our own bye bye.
Oh man, if he did that or
I
something, he like got in
thought
a
he
car
was
and someone
gonna
else
do.
just films him saying bye bye. Oh shit. I'm sorry, Tay. You might get beat on that one. I won't lie, but he didn't
No,
do
no,
that,
no,
so
no,
he didn't
no.
win. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't win. He didn't win.
And also, I do want to say it was. I feel very, very special. Like that was amazing. I loved
That was
every
great.
second of that,
He
and
even mentioned how
it even
he didn't want to Schoolhouse Rock us, man.
and he did, which made it even better.
Yeah, he rocked my fucking socks, dude.
And I know I don't want to be selfish here because, by the way, once again, shout out Schoolhouse Rock, shout out. I do
Mm-hmm.
want to say this though. Uh, if somebody were to give us an Allison Mack one, I think they're the winner. And that's all I would really want is somehow you getting a cameo from Allison Mack giving us a shout out. And I think that's what our main page would be all about.
I would love that,
Is she allowed to do cameos?
dude. If it's at $5, I'll give her $5.
if, if she says in the video, I want to brand you, okay, you're numero uno. You go all the way to the top.
Absolutely. Um, but yeah, we did mention how we're gonna go slide into pervert. We're gonna slide right into it.
All
Best
right,
or
go in.
worst, dude?
Go to best pervert. I'm actually very curious because this one to me seemed a little obvious, but go on.
Yeah. So as far as Joy, nominated Jimmy in Committed when we found out he was definitely just trying to have sex in front of Lois, didn't care, and that he had handcuffs ready to go, was gonna just strap Chloe down to the bed and just yeah, ride her to the break of dawn, bro. You know, um,
If they would have kept that going and there would have been more of that besides the bride episode, then yes, I'm completely in for it. I think that it would have easily been Jimmy, but somebody else did continue it a little bit longer this season. Go ahead, Joseph.
That's true. That's true. Tess and Oliver were voted by Rocky and Smooth Hands. Um, I like the noms, but I don't think they're best perverts. They might be the worst ones this season, if you really think about it.
My best is Tess.
Dude, she did nothing. She
Are you
did
kidding me?
nothing.
Are you kidding me? What did she do with the tie, Joseph, in the deleted scene? What did she do in the deleted scene? What did she even mention?
Gave it to Clark, and then what?
We
He
even
still didn't have sex with her because that's all she wants.
we even talked about this, Joseph. It was Tess making a move on Clark from the get-go, and I was trying to decide if this was Lex in a female body trying to have sex with Clark. That was from the get-go, and every single time that he was in her office, there was some pervertedness going on. Not only that, but it turns out that Oliver has been trying to bang her, and all she could talk about is not wanting his cork. All I'm trying to say is Tess wore that 90 with nothing underneath. Tess. It's best barber.
This is fucking stupid. She did
Look at you.
nothing.
I just went on. Are you kidding me? She did a lot.
I do like John's. John's is really good. First he voted Lois, but I just love what he said. If Lois Lane ever told me to just make sure this part sticks up straight and then it slides right in, Lana Lang would be immediately erased from my mind.
Yeah, you would think that would happen to everybody. Turns out that's not the case, huh? Turns out some people just don't get it.
Other than that slip up with the cufflinks and biting the drink stirrer, Lois wasn't really a pervert this season, but even small pervert moments from her outshine hussies like Maxima and Tess. So, see, John basically disagrees with you on the Tess front, dude.
Well, how is
Hussy.
Tess the hussy? How? Come on. Joseph is the one that's been complimenting her all season much more than
You can
me.
look
And
good, but you can still
uh,
be dumb.
you would give in so fast though because she's the best pervert.
No.
And I don't want to bring this up, but
Because
I
we don't
will.
know if that's
I
not Lex.
Listen, you know what? It's going to tie into my worst. So I'm going to even make a more argument for best pervert. It's best pervert because they don't even know they're pervert. What are you talking about, Taylor? I'm talking about Lex watching through her. That is what I mean. So the fact that there was somebody that was watching as well makes her 2 for 1.
Oh, man. All right.
By the way,
You want to.
spoiler on who my best or who my worst pervert is. It's that other person I just talked about.
Well, you want my best pervert now?
Yeah, I want your best pervert.
Brainiac. Brainiac was the biggest and best pervert this entire season because he was inside Chloe
And it wasn't the
for
entire
for a
season.
long time. So he not only was fucking Jimmy.
Half.
Okay, right. But what everything he
Legion
did,
got him
best
out.
best pervert, dude. He
For the
even
first half,
brought
you're
perverts
exactly
from the
right.
future. Look
You're
at that.
exactly right. First half, you got me on first half. But the problem is
That's still part of the
longevity.
season.
It's longevity. Okay?
Why are you throwing in longevity now?
Because it's for the whole season.
Brainiac
This person
caused everything this season.
this person was kidnapped by pirates and probably had sex with them too. Why else was her friend Sarah there?
Brainiac. Sarah. Damn, dude. Shout out Sarah, man. It's been a long time.
You
Fuck.
bet. Top 10. Top 10.
Top 10. Sarah, holy shit. Forgot about you for a little
Yeah,
bit there.
no. I went through this whole season.
Shout out
Mine are
Toxic, man.
serious.
Episode 3. Toxic. What a time.
Part of the first 10. And that's the thing, Joseph. I can't give it to you. It's not the whole season. Taz, whole season.
Even
Come
deleted
on, even like
scenes.
her and
Damn it.
Regan were doing sexual
I just
comments.
want to
It would
give
have
my
been
vote to
gross.
Joy. I don't want you to win, dude.
Why? Because I'm right? Because that's such a good argument.
It's because she even had deleted scenes. And they're
Yep.
canon.
And you counted them as canon. That was your mistake.
Fuck, dude. Alright, fine. She'll get it, dude. Sorry, Joy. I gotta give it to my boy here. He made a valid point. Otherwise, if he was more of an idiot with his points, I would have gave it to.
George, I do want to say
And I
he has
also
something
fucked
different.
myself by saying that deleted scenes were canon.
Exactly. I told you. You set me up for that. And the people that are like, they're not canon. Well, you know what? It's our
Explain why
show.
they mention it in the canon scene. Hey, I see you're wearing the tie.
Seriously, though, shout out John, Schoolhouse Rock. Seriously, shout out, shout out.
Honestly, I don't
Okay,
know if you heard us earlier, but shout out.
I do want to say with George's for best perv, he put Davis because he's so damn sexy. Now, strong argument. It's a strong one here. I'm not trying to discredit it whatsoever. There's a reason why I saved it for last because I knew it was going to be my biggest competition on this. And
Dude,
I'm still standing by that. The problem is he didn't do it with everyone. It was only one person. Tess was doing it with more than one person.
that's true. Um, I mean, Rocky and Smooth Hands both pretty much agreed with you because Rocky even put kind of like both. He put Tess and or Oliver,
Ugh.
but Oliver, no, I'm not giving him best. That's for sure.
Not giving him anything best.
But yeah, I guess Taylor wins, man. Whatever.
Best pervert. Got it. It's Tess. Everybody voted for Tess. Shout out. Shout out.
Drew did say biggest perv, Lex and all his hidden cameras.
He's worst perv. Easily, Lex
Oh
is
yeah,
my nominee for worst perv.
because that's what I put to, dude. I was like, bro, are you kidding me? When we found out the camera was inside Tess, who is also the best pervert, dude, you're the worst pervert.
And by the way, you're the most disgusting pervert.
Yeah, I think someone called him a baked potato.
that's, that's pretty great.
Smooth
If
Hand said
Foil
Davis.
Man was with him, that would have been so cool.
They would have been a combo, dude, like Wonder Twins, Foil Twins. Davis before the wedding was Smooth Hands' vote. John, Joy, and Drew all pretty much said Lex as well, which is crazy.
Yeah, it has to be. I will say worst. George voted for Oliver. He says that that scene where Oliver's laying in bed is absolutely disgusting, and gets cringed out every single time. Which, by the way, I'm not gonna lie, that was sexual harassment. I'm still standing by that. And listen, we don't throw around that word a lot over here, and when we do, it's serious. And what Oliver did was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, assault, grape. Um, I do love John's description or his explanation. Said Lex, just name this the Lex Luthor Award from now on. How many times do you think Lex has watched Tess having sex? Although, if it's from her view, he's mostly just watching the guy she's with. How disappointed do you think he was that she didn't sleep with Clark? God, I bet he wanted to see that so bad. Lex unanimously wins this award. And somehow, like Joy said, he's not even really in this season. And yet, he wins.
Yes, because he really was in this season. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he was inside all right.
He was inside the
He was
season.
more inside than anyone could have been.
I'm not gonna lie though, it was gross. And also he's like talking to Toy Man too. It's absolutely disgusting.
That is dude, pervert. All right.
Toy Man and it's Oliver's penis. So which screen am I gonna look at right now?
Well,
Either
no,
way, I'm losing.
Tess shut him out later in the season, so
Yeah, but this
I don't think
wait,
he
no.
saw
I
it.
thought earlier though she gave in.
Oh, maybe like toxic or something.
Yes.
What do you think
Remember?
he put that in her, dude?
Because she even gave him diamond earrings and said, "Get out." Yeah, so if anything, he saw Oliver go down on her for an hour.
Nice.
Is that good? Did you get something out of that?
He's just sitting there, man. He's just a baked potato.
But if I turn to the left, it's fucking toy man.
Yeah, man. Baked potato wins the award, bro. Insane. Insane. Not really though. It's not really that
Not
simple.
really. Once everyone found out about that, they said gross.
Hey, what are you gonna do? You know, pervert's done, man. We went gross. We went hot. But what's next? What's next here, dude?
I want to do power.
Oh.
I think power should be up.
Oh. Turning me on, Taylor.
Am I? Am I like Kevin Littling you?
Nice.
Yeah, zing.
So Legion was voted twice, specifically the time travel rings. John and Joy both voted for that.
Does that count as a power? Ooh, what if they were like, "Hey Taylor, what's Green Lantern?" Damn, made the argument
Oh,
against myself.
good job, man.
Shoot. All right, touche, everybody. That's a nominee.
Parasite was also voted twice by Rocky and Smooth Hands. That one, I don't know, man. Best power, like,
Well, George and I agree over here with best power, and I'm curious to see what you have.
I'm missing one here. Hold on. Oh, Drew said, Lana Skin.
That just sounds weird.
Oh yeah. Oh, he just split Lana super suit. Best power. That's it.
My skin.
Lana skin. Yeah,
All
so that's my
right,
bad. I guess I said skin.
that would have been great.
But yeah, and then best power. Bro, honestly, that counterfeit money factory, probably the best power in the whole season. Remember, we put that on the list, dude. We put that on the list.
Yeah, we put that on the list for like a kryptonite power, but I wouldn't say that it would be the best. Joseph,
The
this is
power of
too
money.
easy. I'm so disappointed in you. So disappointed in you. George and I both agreed Zatanna. All right, so Zatanna easily wins best power.
But he was even
No,
skeptical on it. He said, "I don't know about magic."
what do you mean magic? It's a power.
Magic?
Who's yeah.
That means anyone else could do it, right?
No, that's not what it means at
You just got
all.
to do the spells. You got to
Why don't
practice
you
it.
go do the spells? Let's see what happens.
You got to practice, and then you have
It's
the
not gonna
power.
be like how you think it's gonna be. Also, it's a power. How could you say that it's not a power?
I don't
She was
know. It's just
granting
like,
wishes
I
left
mean,
and right.
Clark, I guess, has a power of magic too, huh?
What was his? Yeah, well, he faded in the last scene of the season here, so he had some type of ghost ability that we didn't know.
That's fine because Zatanna, so gorgeous, she can have it because I'd
Look
let
at
her
that,
tie me up with a chain anytime. I'd be like, yeah, nice
George.
power.
George, we won. George Santana, best power. We got it.
um, Let me see here.
Worst power. I think I got everybody on this one.
So I did put down an honorable mention though. I thought actually,
Oh,
if we're really gonna look at it, Tess's assistant who came in late in Injustice when it revealed that power to shapeshift was probably the best one of the season.
no, it wasn't. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking of Tina. Tina used it better too.
Well, that was like actual body shifting.
You know what? That girl was awful.
Dude,
Okay?
she was so cool.
No, the
I'm
other two were
surprised you didn't
much
mention your
cooler.
bowler.
What?
Mind fuck.
No, because he was weird. Again, he was actually murdering women because he enjoyed it. I thought it was maybe he was under like the kryptonite thing, but no, he truly was just a murderer. Even though Alex Thompson, leader of the Alley Cat Strike, he would have been able to take the state apple in order to be able to put his school on top. Maybe he was going to date Kaylee Kuko, who is 2 inches taller than him. She was really tall in that movie. He was really short, but he came back. Shout out.
Shout out, man. Whatever.
You brought up the
Zatanna,
bowler.
best power.
Zatanna wins. That's right, everybody.
Worst power.
I
Worst
got you. I got you
power.
so good on this.
So I thought we were, can we just say, like, I think it was a cheat code. Like, we don't have to count this as the true winner because it really is the true winner. But Livewire, remember her power? That was the worst power I've ever seen, right? What was that?
That kind of resembles my nomination. You want to know who my nominee is?
Who is it?
Worst power, Neutron.
Okay, we just grouped them up because they were so shitty, dude. All right, true winner is half the injustice fucking groupies, bro. Whoever those people were, yeah, the test groupies.
I think Neutron, though, being the worst power makes the most sense because he's dead. And,
We
and
first didn't even see his
we didn't
power.
even know what he could do. He just got torn to shreds. Worst power goes to Neutron. Joseph kept bringing up his first appearance. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to nominate him. So Neutron is going to be nominated.
I almost didn't because you kept saying he's dead. Stop explaining him. He's dead already. I was like thinking that as I was writing. I was like, well, I'll just go Livewire. That's like the next best thing there.
It
So
was the next best thing. I wasn't expecting you to pick Livewire.
So yeah, that was mine. Again, we beat all y'all. It's Neutron and Livewire, dude. Okay, we grouped
Yeah,
them up.
okay, we'll call that a tie.
Their worst power. It's bullshit. But I do like some of the nominations here. Shadow Killer, which was that fucking kid Randy in Prey. Rocky voted for them. He was the one basically taking credit for the serial killings. Uh,
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
yeah, he was weird. Worst power. So that's what his vote was. Smooth Hands voted Chloe's healing. Basically just pretty much
This was a
talk.
sh this is a strong argument because if she did have her healing powers, which I did say that I believe she does, it means she didn't want to use them in order to bring Jimmy back. This is going back to what I was mentioning before, that Chloe has destroyed every bit of me. I don't even know where to go from here. I lost my man, and now
Yeah, you did.
I'm an empty shell, and I don't know what's gonna be able to fill me.
Oh, I know it can fill you, dude. Lex.
Lex, I hope he's watching through me. but that doesn't help. That actually, I just feel more alone.
So I did love the last nominee here, which was Maximus Kiss. It got 2 votes, both Joy and John.
Uh,
I'm just gonna say
George,
this.
George said Maxima.
Oh, okay, nice. All
Hmm.
right. Um, Joy and John were weirdly tied in a lot of these, so I just feel like they're like a secret couple or something behind the scenes. I don't know. I
Or
think they're
they're the
talking
same
to each other.
person.
Oh, that'd be cool. Joy and John.
Joy John.
Joy John.
Joy John.
Ah, Joy John.
Ah,
Where is he
Professor
next?
Singh. Sue. Who's number one? Professor Singh, right?
You talking about the tour guide?
Yes.
Ah, I have them written down. Hold on.
Okay, I better be right about that name. But also, Sarah's on that list, right?
Got Adam, Lillian. So this is just, of course, just the list we've made. So we have Adam, Lillian, Andrea, Professor Sen, Professor Sen, Sen,
Professor Singh. Okay, okay.
Brady,
Brady, I miss you.
dude, Brady, man, holy shit.
By the way, the only one to really know Lana's the true enemy.
Honestly, I think yeah, we didn't give him too much credit back then. We're sorry about that, Brady. Tobias, our Asian detector.
Why is he there?
I just said he's our Asian detector. Richter Maddox, that's you, dude. That's all day. Remember Combat, the announcer?
Oh, yeah. You know what? You can remove Richter.
What? What happened there, dude?
Nothing. We've just had. You could put Neutron on the list.
Hold on, cause I guess Sarah isn't on here. That's weird.
Sarah needs to be on there.
I'm
Okay,
putting
you
her
don't
in
have to
right
put
now.
Neutron. Sarah is
8.3
there.
toxic, and then Neutron, Injustice. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I got them too. We got Gabe Sullivan, top 10. Clark Spaceship, Mr.
Oh,
Antiques
dude, the
Roadshow.
spaceship may easily win. Anti-Rojo is pretty good.
We included Charlie Nash from Chun Li.
Ooh, dang.
Top 10, dude. He's top 10. It's gonna be
That's
a hard.
top
It's gonna be a
10.
hard list to narrow down. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
hard
this
list.
is difficult. This
We
is
have
good.
Russian work camp leader, aka Vladimir, on
Vladimir.
season or episode 1. Oh, dude, we're getting Wait, when you're saying Sarah, sorry, what Sarah are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that was in the prison camp with Tess. Is that her
Okay,
name?
no, no, we do have them. Her name was Megan.
It was like, damn it.
I do have it. I knew exactly who you're talking about though. I thought maybe her name was Sarah too.
I thought it was. Either
It is
way,
Megan. I had it
by
on
the way,
memory.
what's funny though is that Sarah is my sister's name. So the fact that no, it's not your sister's name, it's your wife's name, Taylor.
Well, I'm sure you want Sarah, the fucking dreamer. You want her, the one who's getting drugged up.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. The real enemy that her uncle was the one saving Smallville. Clark unleashed her. I do miss Sarah quite a bit.
Little Mikey's on this list, and then the tech
All right, you can
the.
remove little Mike.
Are you sure, dude?
See, like we got to remove some of these people.
All right, how about the jumbo jet technician that came out for the one line?
I top 10. I don't put top 10 there. I would say number 11.
Oh no, I mean this is a list of 14 people. I just got rid of 2.
Okay, cool. I like
All right,
this.
but yeah. Okay, sorry, sidetracked a bit, but yes, funny. Also, I was trying to point out with the whole worst power thing. Joy was like, "Are we supposed to do a worst power? I guess kissing a dude and making his junk explode." And then we have John.
By the way, is that the worst power though? Because
I don't
how I
know.
look
I
at it
kind of
too is
like
that
it.
it's a test in order to see who her mate is or who she can mate with. I mean, sure, it sucks, but she's able to find her mate. And she technically was able to find one by doing this. And she only killed what? 5 guys? 8?
Five
Was it
guys. That's a
more?
good burger spot.
Yeah, expensive. Very, very
It
expensive.
is expensive. Yeah, you're paying an arm and a leg for just a combo.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I
Oh
don't
wait, did I
know.
say combo? Oh no, they don't believe in those there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fries are separate.
No,
Fries are
everything's
separate.
separate. John's explanation is great. Yeah, he says the kiss of death. She kills dudes after kissing them. Not to go all after dark here, but if you're going to kill the guy, at least give him a little something beyond just a kiss. Maybe a killer alien STD or something. For someone who came on so strong, she was actually kind of a lame tease.
Oh my God. Strong argument here.
After
Strong,
dark.
strong one. After dark
Welcome
special.
to the After Dark nomination. Oh, damn. Maybe we do it next season. We do an After Dark award.
Laying by the fire. Some cocoa. It's winter. It's
So
not
yeah,
okay.
worst
Love me.
power. Sorry, y'all. Neutron, Livewire.
Yeah, worst power still goes to Neutron. Great nominees.
Great
Great
nominees. It
nominees.
was beautiful. I love it. Maximus Kiss of Death would have definitely been
Easily the winner if we
easily.
were
If
not in charge.
yeah, that's true. On to the next category. Ooh, we still got quite a bit here. So we've already done Kiss, we've done Power, and we've done Pervert. Is it time for Fight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like fight. I like that idea.
I say we start with worst one on Fight. And I believe all the nominees I've gotten are unanimous in this shit.
Why? What do you have?
I had 5 votes on CK versus Doomsday. It literally just would say that. Just and both fights. They fought twice and they both sucked.
what's it called? That's exactly what RGB 102A voted for. I will say George, when it came to worst fight, voted for Lois against the Gangsters in Stiletto. So that was a good nominee. Did you have a different one than those?
Lois and Tess.
I put Lois and Tess as well.
Oh, dude, we're in charge. Sorry,
All
y'all.
right,
Y'all lost
man,
again.
that's another sweep. That's another victory right there.
Honestly, we'll put TK and Doomsday. I mean, there's 6 votes on that shit. Maybe we should give it to them, Taylor.
I don't
Give it
think
to them,
so.
dude.
I don't think so. I think I want to continue my record today. And I do want to say, with the worst
We'll say it
fight,
was an honorable mention.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're A, you're B. When it comes to though this whole fight, it was just terrible, and we've seen, and that's what's crazy by both actresses, by both characters, them being able to whoop ass. So the fact that it was so bad between those two was such a letdown. I was extremely disappointed. That's why it's really the worst fight. It should have been so much better. Sure, you could say the Doomsday and the Clark thing. I just you can kind of chalk that up though as budget.
That's what I felt like it was. They put all the budget in one little scene, and then boom, the fight's over.
and that's and that's what I hate, and I understand why the TV it does this when it speeds up certain fights because you can't just keep going with showing the special effects because you just can't afford it. I I do understand that, which is why I kind of give it the benefit of the doubt. Uh, but it was really bad. It was terrible, terrible. And the other side of this too is that I'm even thinking about it as I'm speaking. You really could have just had Clark versus Davis, like Davis in human form now, like trying to whoop Clark's ass, and
Yeah.
he would still be a Kryptonian that's on Earth.
Yeah, but see, dude, I would give, that stiletto one was pretty bad, now that I think about it. But
No, no, no.
we
George has
got
an
the
argument here.
we got the super kick of the fucking century.
It doesn't make sense, but it still happened.
Yeah. So I can't give it worse just because of
And
that.
Jimmy was a part of that fight and took over. So
Yeah, that's the punching bag.
yeah, I'm not. Nope, nope, no. Okay. He was not in that scene. Before that, he was, but it's because he wanted to hurt Joseph because he was hurting.
Okay. Whatever you say, bud.
This is the last thing I'm doing with this season.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it comes to the worst fight, Joseph and I still win. It's Lois and it's Tess. Sorry,
Yeah,
everybody.
just the finale episode. She goes up, and the way it even started. Where's my fucking orb, Lois?
Are you?
Totally retarded.
What the fuck's an orb? Yeah, and then the boss just smacks her head on a table or something. I don't know. They're
But
rolling
even
around
the
like little
elbow
cats,
throw
dude.
was so bad. It didn't even look
I
real.
don't even think we got a roundhouse from Lois that time, dude.
No, there wasn't. Exactly.
All right. So, worst, obviously, we're done. Best fight. Got a lot more, I feel like, more enticing ones on this one. The
I
other one
think
was
we
kind of
may have,
bananas.
yeah.
Um, Drew voted Lana and Tess in Bulletproof, but so did John. But he added weird thing. I don't know. He's like Lana and Tess in Bulletproof. It was a very entertaining fight between two people without powers. Also, weirdly kind of hot.
George voted for that too.
I do remember that fight. It was a little good tussle. I'm not gonna lie.
It also goes back to what we've said about Tess and Lois, which is why it is the worst fight because Tess has shown she can fight, which is why it's funny that she would be nominated in the best. I just, man, I don't want to give Lana anything. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want to give Lana anything.
Yeah,
Even
I had funny ones from other people. So Smooth Hands voted Lana and CK. I guess trying to prevent it from Lex, but I think he was thinking season 7. I also don't know if they're making a joke, but Smooth Hands, I don't know what you're doing.
yeah. I
Now
know you did, Smooth Hands.
this one was intentional. Someone said Lana and Chloe season 3 episode delete. It was
Okay,
Rocky. It was Rocky.
let's hold the phone here. Is this allowed? I did bring it up.
I know, and I think that's why they brought it up.
They have an
But
argument.
Joy actually added something funny too and said Oliver and CK when they're just doing that thing in Russia, like play acting.
Shut the fuck up. I swear to God, I did not read Joy's. I voted for that too.
No way.
Hottest season. I voted Clark versus Oliver. I didn't think
She
anybody
put
would have
that.
that. No fucking way.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
read
we
it
won.
exactly what
We
she
won.
said.
It's game over here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
That's
that's the.
cool. No,
You
that's what's
think that
up.
they're playing? They weren't playing. That was not a playful fight from them. That was getting back at each other type deal where they were actually hitting each other. Finally, those two were going at it where it was an equal playing field. Clark was still throwing haymakers because he wanted to hit this dude. I loved that fight. And I even stated it in that episode. I can't believe Joy voted for it too. That is absolutely incredible. We won.
Yeah. Um,
What do you have for best fight?
dude, these sucked. Cause I mean, I really feel like there wasn't that many good fights this season.
There wasn't. No, not at all. There wasn't a lot of fights though, really.
That's true. Maybe the fight between the racist cops.
That would not. Wait, were they just beating that one guy up in the garage? Best fight goes to that.
That's a good fight, dude. That's like the best one we've had. That's a good one. Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm down to give it to you and Joy, I guess. That's cool. Whatever.
Dude,
Speaking of
Oliver,
best friends, because I guess I missed this.
yes.
Joy did put a best friend moment on here. And
Oh, what do you have for best friend?
Lex finally ending Klana for good by making Lana physically toxic. She was already emotionally toxic, so now her outsides match her insides. It was his final gift to his bro Clark.
I think I'm misunderstanding the. I think I'm misunderstanding what the award here is. You said best friend,
Yeah, best friend, dude.
huh?
It's because Joy hates Lana, so that's
I mean,
obviously a best friend type
no,
of move.
you know, strong argument here, very strong. Um, what was there a worse friend?
So, yeah, good job,
Man,
Taylor. You won
I'm
both
on a
categories. You were part
I'm
of
on
both
a
the winning
roll
categories
here.
there.
I'm on a roll, dude. I'm just like slaughtering this award season. Not that everyone's keeping track. It's like Taylor 10, everyone else 0. It's been a great award so far. Shout out Schoolhouse Rock John, if that's your real name, John. What I want to say though, more than anything besides shout out, is I think I'm like 8-0 right now. I think I'm on one of the biggest hot streaks I've ever been award season. This is an incredible
Guys, he's not
night.
gonna shut up about this all next
I
season, man.
needed this. I needed this uplift. And everyone out there is probably like, Joseph, no, no, don't let him get away with this. He's an idiot. No. But you know what? I need this. So
Look,
thank you.
that's what we are,
Thank you,
man. Two
everyone.
nerdy idiots around here, all right? So,
By the way, before we do get to the big stuff, I do think the next award, I don't know if anybody really did it. It was going to be I Can't Believe They're Still Alive award.
oh yeah, okay. I like it. We do have some of those for sure. Okay. So, only actually just 3 on my end. I got to start off Joy put the actual Jimmy. The actual Jimmy Olsen, I understand why they did it, but it was so unnecessary. So yeah, she stepped
Yeah,
up.
yeah. She's saying she can't believe his little brother's still alive. And you know what? For how bad he talked about his father, that's a good nomination here. He for sure was not able to
He's
keep that
getting beat
camera.
up.
Yeah, yeah. That boy's getting hit on the ride home. Somehow
Any
he's
ride
gonna be
home.
blamed for his brother's death.
Any ride home, dude. Any ride home.
The grocery store. Oh, okay.
Martian. John went crazy on this one.
Oh, interesting. This is a good nominee.
Martian Manhunter. If taking Clark to the sun took away John Jones's powers, how the fuck did he get back to Earth? He should have died in space the minute he lost his powers. Luckily for him, the sun taking away his powers, which is never explained, doesn't take effect until he's safely back on Earth. Then, while he has no powers, he gets shot for good measure. But it's okay, I guess, because Oliver has a special doctor who is an expert in Martian anatomy. Lucky break for Detective John Jones.
What if Detective John Jones is that doctor? What if Detective John Jones truly is still having his abilities and he's just lying? And he's just a liar. And
Could be.
I'm gonna take it one step further. What if the cops were right? What what if he's
I mean,
just
what if we saw it in the Phantom season, Maybe getting his belly button ripped out? I mean, that was the first
listen,
sign, I think.
I don't under, I agree. First sign, maybe the other signs is not helping Clark when
Maybe
he
the
really needs it.
Oreos, too. I bet that didn't help.
Oreos. What happened to those, huh? All of a sudden, what? I'm not hungry
Oh,
anymore.
so maybe he doesn't have, yeah, he doesn't have his powers anymore, so he's not horny for Oreos anymore.
My theory for next season is that Emil is Detective John Jones and he just wanted to play a different character.
You wanted to go Hispanic.
Yeah. Oh, a black guy's not working. I need to go with a Mexican.
All right, so I'm a Mexican now. I guess I'm gonna go be a cop again and
Fingers
see how
crossed.
different. Yeah, see how different they treat me this time.
Fingers crossed he chooses Asian in season 10.
Yeah, and then Rocky put Chloe actually. So many bad decisions. I think if the show was ending, they would have killed her, but it wasn't the end, and they needed to have at least another cast member besides Tom that was there since the plot or the pilot. Sorry.
Who do you got?
Oh, Kara. How did Kara survive the Phantom Zone, dude? She had braids. She wasn't thinking clearly. She had no memories.
What are you talking about? Wait, how did Kara survive?
How is she alive?
How is she not alive?
She should have been drowning in that fucking river of blood.
Why?
What do you mean, why? She can't do anything. She has no powers there.
Her whole thing was hiding. Ex-
Everyone would have hunted her down and killed her.
Nuh-uh.
There
Maybe
are
she.
so many people in there.
What if she had an alliance with somebody? What if maybe that was going on and she just knew somebody that was in the Phantom Zone or then she had an agreement with? Who else could have braided her hair?
You think that person's gonna braid their hair?
Wait, you think Kara braided her own hair?
Hmm. I think she did, dude. She
I
wasn't
thought
thinking
she
clearly,
had an
bro.
alliance. But
I think that meant she was a slave to someone.
I don't think it's even a shock that she's alive, though. I feel like she would have some instinct. She had to survive Ago's attacks, his lust.
My my honorable mention was Linda Lake. Um, you know.
She's dead, Joseph. What are you talking about? She is really dead.
No, she's still alive.
There's no way.
She's alive. Clark
She is.
doesn't kill, dude.
Yeah, but she died at the end of the episode, right? Didn't she explode or something?
No, she got suffocated. Davis is a murderer.
Yeah.
Let's all not forget about that. I mean, someone, you know what's crazy is that no one put Davis. Like, why would you not put Davis?
For
I mean,
what?
well, I mean, I guess he technically does he die at the end?
Yeah, he's not alive. Jimmy killed Davis. Let's
I'm
get
also
that
thinking about
straight.
fucking stupid Doomsday who's buried in the earth. God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remember,
that's
they separated him, okay?
yeah.
Doomsday is still there. Davis is dead.
Fucking Davis, bro. But yeah,
I thought this one was easy. I put Tess.
the
How the
plane.
fuck is Tess still alive? Why is she alive? You're trying to tell me that Lex had no fail switch or anything with this Tess person? That he just gave her the company? How is she alive with even being able to badmouth the Luthers? There's no way Lex put her in charge, and that was that. No
Ah,
repercussions on
dude.
anything. How is Tess still alive? This doesn't make any sense. Also, she's touching alien stuff, and she doesn't even think it's alien.
Yeah, orb. Where's it at? Where's my orb?
She blamed Lois for that type of stuff. And that's how you know that Tess is way out of her realm when it comes to being able to handle these artifacts. Tess, how are you still alive?
Yeah, what about Garth, man? How's that guy still alive?
That's a writer's decision. I have no say.
Yeah, man. Fuck Tess, dude. Nah, I like Martian better.
I'll give it to Martian, even though I think he's a liar. But I'm going to give it to Martian.
But we can't say that. We have to kind of speculate, as like John was speculating here.
Listen, he said he still had powers and he has not transformed in a very long time. So I don't know who to believe.
Where are the
Also,
Oreos?
where are the Oreos? We're no longer hungry for them. I guess they weren't that great. I'm gonna accept the John nomination. I'll accept to be able to lose to that.
Man, shout out Martian, dude. That one won, dude.
Shout out.
Shout out Schoolhouse Rock, man. Never
Shout
forget.
out.
All right, dude. We're not starting on moments, right? Are
No,
we?
no, no, no. We're doing you now. Best Joseph impersonation
Jesus Christ.
is what we're gonna do. All right, let's let the ego son of a bitch fucking say what he thinks. Go ahead, Joseph. What's your nominee?
This fucker made this award. He wanted this shit so bad.
By the way, just so I could do this the whole time. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Why don't you tell us the nominations of how much people love you, right, asshole?
I told you though, Taylor, you're gonna be surprised on this one. So we're gonna see here. Best accent from Drew said Jesse, aka Carlos? Question mark. Pray.
Who's
I don't know
Carlos?
why, but when Joseph does this accent, I keep thinking of Jonah Hill accent at the start of 22 Jump
Dude,
Street.
you just got called white.
I love that scene that he's talking about specifically because that shit kills me.
Dude, you're a white guy. That's what he just called you.
Hey,
It happens.
órale, órale, fool.
I
I'm
do have to
Carlos, man.
say,
I go to AA meetings with my fellow meteor freaks.
George picked that too.
Damn it.
George picked
There's
Carlos.
people on Twitter doing this shit. Damn it. Sorry, X.
X.
Um, where's Joy? I think we got one from Joy here. I want to say Carlos, that first foo almost took me out, but I think there is an unfair advantage there. So I will go with the Russian dude, Vlad from Odyssey. Joy goes Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed. He
Vladimir.
Vladimir says, "Kiss me."
Johnny, come suck me off, Johnny.
Johnny, you're lucky you're hot. All right, don't do this in front of the men.
Dude, fucking Johnny, that fucking Vlad should have been best pervert, dude. Or worst pervert, maybe. I don't know.
More secret pervert. So
Yeah, big secret pervert. He can't show his fellow comrades.
he's not in front of the men, you know.
But see, here we go. Joy gave a best Taylor impersonation. You have changed forever how I pronounce grilled cheeses
I
with
was gonna
your
say there's only
impression
one
of
person
Betty,
it could be.
of Bet, aka Betty Boom, aka Plastique, aka Street Trash.
Sometimes the bitch needs a cheese.
Oh man, all right.
Um, so do you want to know mine?
Wait, I have one more.
Oh, you got another one? Okay. Yeah, just keep talking about
Oh no,
yourself.
I think it's just no, never
Oh
mind. It's
yeah,
just
yeah. You just wanted to do that for a long
oh
pause
no,
of
this is
time.
why. This is why I wanted to mention it.
Oh,
Oh man,
okay.
this one is tough because I like the Russian in episode one, but I have to go with Taylor's grilled cheese impression.
Dang.
I told you you'd be shocked, dude.
Dude, the grilled cheeses sometimes. Sometimes they're so good for cheese.
So seems like Taylor's got some votes, man. We also got votes for Vladimir. We got votes from Carlos for Carlos.
All right, we'll call it a tie between grilled cheeses and we'll do Carlos.
No. You are going to get punished for making this category, so I'm going to be the winner,
You
okay?
know what? That's fair. Joseph gets to decide because he wants to talk about himself some more. However, you didn't get to hear mine.
Okay, go.
Mine was bulletproof. I
Oh,
think,
shit, Joe.
I think, I think this one, Joe. I think being able to pull off the whole crew. I think that's easily the cookout is easily one of my favorite moments that we have done here because I will always love Sharon, that's my wife. You can have her if you want. I think that bulletproof at the very least deserves an honorable mention, but that is easily one
Damn,
of
that
my
is a good
favorites.
one. And it's just great because his name's Joe. That we deemed
His
him Joe.
name.
So I feel like I should even vote for that. But man, how about a tie between Carlos and Joe?
All right,
Because
let's not
damn.
include me, right? Fuck me.
Hey, you made this category, dude. All right.
I'm just gonna keep saying my grilled cheese is just not good enough, huh?
They never will be.
I'm a classy whore, all right? I know how to make the cheese.
Damn it, Bet. Get
Just
Bet
wait till
out of
you
here, dude.
just wait till you see
Go.
what I use for
Oh wait,
buns.
shout out Bet because she's fucking dead. No one's getting her grilled cheeses anymore.
I'll make them in spirit.
Yeah, pass that fucking recipe on in the afterlife.
I only pass it along to Tess.
My mommy.
Mommy gets to know my cheese.
uh, Joy put a best line of the season. Remember how you mentioned this? And
Ooh,
I
I didn't
was
do
like,
best
no.
line.
Oh yeah, she was the only one that did it. So that means she really listens. Best line of the season. No one's gonna mess with Lois and Clark. And that was in Bloodlines, episode
This is
7.
crazy. This
Kara.
also ties into other things, so we should have skipped that.
Oh, okay. I like. I like. Shout out Joy.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't believe it. I keep thinking I got things. Fucking joy.
Boo, dude. All right. Next one. We're done with accent. What a dumb award. What a dumb award. Thank you for letting me
Dude.
have it, dude.
Dude, I had to give it to you. There you go.
All right. I don't know, man. Is it time for moments or do we want to do plan?
No, no, no. It's definitely save plan. So you got to do moments. I feel like plan has moved up so much that it needs to be right before episode.
All right. Start with Lois.
Okay. You want first or you want me first? This is for worst.
Yeah. Go first for worse.
All right.
I got. Yeah. There's a lot of votes on this. Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. So I'm going to say George's. first. Uh, Lois was Stiletto.
Yep, got
So that
three
was
votes on
George's.
that on my end.
That was mine as well. And strictly because
Same.
it's everybody in that entire episode said, Lois, this isn't you. So
Yeah.
everybody agreed that this was so below for her to even try in order to imitate Stripperella. Nobody could believe it. So I am happy that it seems this one may be pretty obvious here.
Yeah, Stiletto, that was unanimous, like I said, on my side. We had 3 votes. I was one. So I made it a 4. You just made it a 5. George made it a 6
Yeah.
or
It,
whatever. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that episode. That really did try to take her down a notch. And it also the good news is proved though that Clark wasn't the only one who got the rules. So that's what it also showed for us this season.
Mm, yeah. Worse from John was toxic on Lois. He was like, uh, well, first his vote was yes, Stiletto. What the fuck was that? It was like the writers knew they had made her too awesome this season, so they had to come up with something stupid for her, storyline wise. And then honorable mention, whatever that was while she was giving Oliver the sponge bath, toxic.
For a worst moment, that's a good one too, where she just
Mm-hmm.
came in and people try to say it was some type of weird closure, which I do not believe. That was just weird for her to even try. Get out of there. He sucks.
And then Rocky put Chloe as Lois. LOL.
Okay, that's pretty good. Technically, that does count. Hmm.
That's a bad Lois moment right
Oh,
there.
but no, 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 it doesn't count because remember, Lois was in Mexico.
Yeah, she was actually doing cool things.
And if this would
She
have
was
been a
fighting the
Freaky
cartel.
if this was a Freaky Friday thing, then yes, that's correct. But it wasn't. It was a duplicate Lois. It was a fake Lois.
We love a fake Lois, huh?
I don't know if I could
Not when
take
she's
that.
Chloe.
I don't know if I could take
Yeah,
that.
so, but worse. Sorry. It's unanimous, y'all. Stiletto. Everything
Yes,
about Stiletto is bottom.
it
Trash for
try
Lois.
to bring her down. Try to do it.
It's terrible.
I was also gonna kind of do an honorable mention though with Lois in this, where it just
Yeah,
became to
same.
like how she was acting about the red blue blur. Like that's what I also absolutely hated was just how obsessed she was with this person. But that just goes back to Stiletto overall, so it's kind of hand in hand.
Yeah, my honorable mention was her toast at Jimmy and Chloe's thing.
Ooh, an inappropriate one where Clark had to drag her ass down. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a
That was pretty cringe, dude. That was pretty
yeah, that
cringe.
was. Remember at 9 years old we talked about soulmates? We still haven't found them. Cheers.
I'll cheers to that, dude.
Yeah, also, Jimmy's gonna die. Cheers,
Shout out Jimmy, dude.
everybody. Shout
Oh
out.
man. Hey, don't forget though, Lois made outfit. Some could maybe put that in their best. I don't know, but because of how she looked. But no, that's a pretty bad one too. What was she doing?
No, that's a plan. If that's gonna be anything, that'd be considered a plan.
Disguise.
Yeah, that was an idea because if we're
That's
trying to
still
say
yeah. They kind of play together.
because
Yeah.
if we're trying to say the worst moment is Lois dressing up in a maid outfit, okay, what are we even talking about right now?
It's
All
like
right,
I
now
like it. I like it.
now I'm the biggest pervert.
Oh. Uh. So yeah, stiletto. Done. Time for best, dude. Best lowest moment.
All right, I'm interested. Let me see what everyone
All
has
right.
here.
So we got a lot here.
Okay.
Uh. Drew. He was like, I don't know if it's like best lowest moment, but definitely something like as far as like a best cute moment is when she is forcing Clark to show her the framed rules of reporting that he wrote down.
Cute scene. Adorable. Okay.
Yeah. Um,
I do like it. Again, it was a giddy thing. It's very sweet between them. I do like that nominee.
I do like Joy's a lot. It's when she says yes in committed that she does love Clark.
There's no fucking way this is happening.
You like that moment that much? I feel like you didn't like it that much when we watched it.
As far as the best moment for Lois, though, as where the season went, I'm gonna have to say that would be my favorite moment because even in Bride, she was so. The toast, I just there was a lot of rejecting her feelings towards Clark, and a lot of those other episodes where she is showing the cutesy moments. This for me, sure she was forced, which I found kind of hot, but her being forced to say this still admitted that she was in love with him. Clark was just high the next day, where then she said, I didn't really mean it. I was able to trick the machine. I don't know if Clark really believed that. I think he did, though. Either way, with Lois, that was her best moment because it was an honest moment.
It's more like a best moment for Clark, dude. Because he just found out that she loves him.
But he didn't like, he really thought that
Hey,
she didn't.
Lois, let's go out on a date. Psych.
Dude, stop talking about some of my nominees, please.
So I did like that one. That one's really good. I think you'll be surprised with mine. But there's one more or two more. Sorry, Rocky said episodes 1 through 10, best lowest moments. Um, John said fighting Tess.
As far as the best moment?
Yeah,
Oh.
kicking Tess's ass. All that training from shirtless Asian men, and you get your ass handed to you by an army brat. Suck it, Tess.
I think somebody has a real big hatred towards Tess.
Oh, by the way, John Schoolhouse Rock was the one that said, I'm not doing a Lex moment this year. That baked potato looking stand in was not Lex.
All right, so is wait, Lex was the best lowest moment.
No, he just said fighting Tess was. But my best lowest moment was, I thought you would even say this, staying with Jimmy, bro. Watching him for like 4 weeks and then teaming up with him. I would say the Jimmy and Lois were probably, or like teaming up with Jimmy or helping him out were probably her best moments.
Is this insane? Or are you crazy? When did she help him? She didn't even want to really stay with him. She gave the worst host. You
Okay,
nominated that as the
you're
worst
telling me
lowest
she didn't
moment.
want to stay with him?
Dude,
She
Lois was not
voluntarily
around.
did that.
Lois was not around. If
She
anything,
voluntarily did.
she
I
was the
told
one
you.
that was feeding him more drugs in order to get him addicted. That is
Right.
what Lois would have been
Right.
doing in this case because Lois did not care about Jimmy. Are you kidding me right now?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Lois only went with Jimmy in order for Clark to then follow her. That was the only reason why
That is
that
such
happened.
a that
Lois
you're
does
pulling that out of your ass right now.
Lois
There's no way.
wanted nothing to do with Jimmy. That is the worst thing I've heard. That is a terrible argument. Once again,
What?
Joy and I win. That is crazy. It's crazy. Look at
Jesus
this.
Christ, dude.
Dynamic duo right here. That's
This
right.
fucking guy, man.
This
He
is
thinks he can
crazy. I
just
can't
make the
believe this.
rules.
Looks like me, John, and Joy are all the same person.
Yeah, it sounds like they're your accounts.
Yeah, they are. I don't even know how to do multiple accounts, but they're mine.
He's lying. Whatever.
Prove it.
Cool. Committed one. Good job, Lois.
There we
Good
go.
moment.
There we go. Look at this. We're back on the roll.
Good nominees, man. Great nominees. CK time. Unless you want to branch off real quick and do some Oliver moments I have in here.
Dude, I could do one at the top of my head. Do you want worst or best first?
Let's start with his best, because there's little of that.
So his best moment, it's Jimmy. Easily. It's giving Jimmy a job. That would easily be his best moment of the season because he was the only one that cared in the end. While Jimmy was the one struggling, nobody reached out a hand in order to help, and they said, just leave him alone. Oliver saw this man struggling, and Oliver was the one to be able to bring Jimmy in to make him clean again, to give him that smile. Sure, it made him say a lot of things that he shouldn't have meant when it came to Chloe at the end, but either way, Oliver's best moment is Jimmy.
Dude. He sucks, man.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me a better moment than that.
Saving Johnny Appleseed.
Okay, that was not a that was not a thing. He just
Oh, okay.
listen, I'm not buying into that. If we're trying to say that, oh, that's his best moment, no, other people had a vote too. Cyborg was running land. All right. He was going across the country.
Dude, why are you doing this, man? You know that was like his best moment, bro. And it
And that
was
was
episode 1.
no better than my moment. Absolutely not. Not better than how he treated Jimmy.
Cool, we gave him a job. Guess what? It got him dead.
Great. He was only using Clark because he thinks that he can beat up like bigger things than him.
uh, I just fucking hate how I have to keep feeding you right now. Joy said the same thing you did.
What?
Best Oliver moment: getting Jimmy the hero Olsen a job.
This is what I'm talking about. See?
I'm gonna
You know
fucking
why?
kill myself, dude.
This is, you know what this is called? Logic. All right, everybody. That is what this is called. This is called understanding the depthness of the show.
No, stop.
Either way, man, once again, back on that roll. All right. Woo,
Good job,
woo.
man. Good job. Let's go to CK now, because
No, no, no.
actually,
You got to
sorry. Let's
do a
go to the worst. Worst.
worst
Sorry.
Oliver moment. Yeah, what do you got?
Where was it at right here? What the fuck just
This one should be easy.
happened? So Joy said, betraying Clark and ruining his plan of separating Davis and Doomsday.
Yes, that's it. And it's not even just that. It's the fact, sorry, had to get your ego in check. You motherfucker. There is no way.
It's
Like,
so bad, dude.
you piece of crap. And I will even say, if somebody wants to throw this out as a nomination, I'm in for it. The worst other moment from Oliver would have been uh the Lana, inviting Lana to the wedding.
Oh, dude, yeah, John said that. As an
Yeah, that's
honorable.
a
Yeah, John. No, that was his main one. He said convincing Lana to show up for Chloe's wedding and ruining everything. He said,
That's a
"Fuck you,
strong
Oliver."
one, and that's a very very good
You
one.
know that's mine, bro. He brings Lana. That's the last
He's
thing I wanted.
he still did it on purpose too. So in order because he saw that Lois did like Clark, so he said, "Hey, watch what you see here." So that was also Oliver being a douchebag. God,
He said he has two honorable mentions here. He said spending the first half of the season moping about Lionel killing his parents.
hell, that
Um,
could win, man. That was way too long.
and then the other one was still being on his. You should be out there doing more bullshit with Clark. Um, yeah.
If he just shot Clark in the back, I would change my vote to one of these other nominations. But it's what he said after shooting him in the back, which is why I have to still stick with this. If he didn't make the comment, oh, one of these other nominations win. And Joseph, if you want to give it to somebody else where you think I will actually give this one to you, I
Yeah, I'm about to
just
say, dude, I'm getting the one that involves Lana because I did not want her.
it's
It was
fair.
gonna ruin
It's fair.
everything. Oh, God, I hate her.
All
She's
right,
gone though.
and
I should be just counting my blessings at this point, you know.
he did it on purpose.
I love that John did say he's like, anyway, Clark is out there saving people, asshole. You're the one sitting on your ass doing nothing other than getting blowjobs from three hot women at the same time on the way to Aruba. Okay,
It
wait.
was
Maybe Oliver has the right idea there.
hold on though, but you still shouldn't insult Clark though, when for once he's actually doing something.
That's true. We've been saying this. Oliver's been up his
Yes.
ass, bro.
Mm-hmm. Saying that
Um,
he could be the one to make a difference, and Clark was actually doing it. And again, like what David mentioned, Oliver was just getting drunk. I just, eh, and about his dead parents again. Everybody knew. Everybody, Oliver. What are you crying about?
yeah, that whole parent, Jesus Christ,
The Luthers killed my parents too. Look at that. We both lose.
crazy. Killed like all my parents, like every one of
Yeah.
them.
Seriously.
Speaking of CK, man, it's time for his moments, bro.
Wow. This is big stuff.
Big stuff. Let's start with worse because it's my boy CK. You know, I don't want to talk too much shit about him. I'd rather talk, you know, the real good stuff after.
Yeah, yeah. So start with the worst.
Oh, okay. So let me start with the short ones here first. Jesus. Drew said stopping the Phantom Zone plan, like allowing it to be stopped. And I get it. It's tough to say that, like letting Chloe and everyone convince you, oh yeah, don't do it. But really, they kind of forced his hand, if you
I was
think
gonna
about it.
say Chloe's the one that kind of stopped it, and in a way, she was like, "Punch me in the face, Clark."
Yeah.
And Clark could have never done that, so that's why I can't really give it to that. I do agree, though, Clark looked terrible in those moments, but as far as the worst, I'm not gonna give it to that. He's done worse this season.
he's done he's done much worse, Taylor. I
What's your
can't win you
nomination?
one.
What's your nomination? I want to know yours.
Oh, dude, it's admitting to Lois that he watched the breakup video multiple times.
God fucking damn it. All right,
Yeah.
first of all, I'll give it to you. Second of all, second of all, I did put though not showing up for Lois.
That was my honorable mention. That was gonna be my
I
second.
I'm still
I
really
didn't even want to
lost
say the
at that
Klana
moment.
reunion. That was too easy. That's
Yeah,
clearly the worst moment.
and
Clearly.
obviously though there would be some type of leftover butterflies where they, in my opinion, they still needed that type of ending. I know a lot of people may disagree that she should have never came back, but I don't mind her coming back with with them having some conclusion. It's what they chose. It's what's made it so bad. But with that being his worst, no, anybody would really do that. It's how he treated Lois after that just made him like a sack of shit. And then not showing up, but then just like watching her from 100 yards away. Now you're just like a creeper. You might as well be uh, Byron in the damn cemetery.
Shut up, Byron, man.
Shout out Pirate.
Just hope he's still making poetry.
I hope
Uh,
he is.
I thought of the one where he's in the it's an Infamous episode 15, right before he puts on the ring and Lois is about to tell him something and he's just like fuck off Lois and goes back
Shut
to the
up.
present.
Yeah, that could easily be it too.
That's a good one, man. But yeah, lots of good ones actually. Let's see. Yeah, so Joy and Rocky said Klana, like the Klana reunion. Um,
That's what George said. George said all of Lana.
Uh, all of Lana's for sure. Smooth Hands and John both said forgiving Chloe on Jimmy, like allowing that to happen and let her do that to Jimmy.
But it's still her relationship. And as much as Joseph wants to say that Clark and Jimmy were close, I just can't believe it in this case. Um, this is worse, so I do want to say that RGB 1028 put for Clark's worst moment was stopping the almost kiss between him and Lois.
Oh fuck, man!
But in a way, I don't think it was stop. Again, the
It was
who was
interrupted.
yes, and that was still so sexy that I cannot have that as a worst moment, but I appreciate the nomination. I'm still, I can't believe I have to side with Joseph on this, but for G, but how many times did he watch it?
Why did he tell her that?
Why did he keep watching
This
it?
is not how you comfort someone, Clark. Stop! Don't do that again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um, but yeah, thank you, dude. You know, I love, getting some points on your day. All right,
Dude,
clear.
I'm like 10-2 right now. 10-2.
I did write down that John had a good honorable mention, so let me get that pulled up here. Worst Clark moment: kissing Lana and Bulletproof. Specifically, the whole "what if our love is more important than the rest of the world" conversation might have legitimately made me vomit. And then he said the entire episode of Identity, he strong armed Chloe to lie to her fiance, gaslighting Jimmy with the worst excuses to try and cover his secret, coming up with the worst plan nominee of having Green Arrow just put on a cape just to save Jimmy,
This
and
is
then
true.
being weirdly jealous of Oliver when everyone was looking up at him after he saved Jimmy. Yeah,
That's a pretty good one.
yeah, I thought that was a pretty good honorable mention, so I definitely had to mention that. All right, shout out
Still,
John,
do,
man, Schoolhouse Rock.
still does not be shout out. Shout out.
He did also say dropping Lois last minute when Lana shows up.
Yeah, that is so terrible. But again, it's the breakup video. There's no excuse. There's nothing you could ever possibly say that's gonna be able to like make anybody believe that this was okay.
Yeah.
In fact,
uh,
I don't even think Davis was the murderer anymore. Now I think it was Clark, and that's how he knew where all the bodies were.
Man, what bodies? What are you talking about?
All right, what's the best? What do you got for the best?
Best Clark moment. Wow.
Yeah. Are you gonna go first this time? Are you gonna say what you have?
You want me to say what I have?
I wanna see what you have.
um, see, I'm biased, dude. Both my things are Lois. One is an honorable mention, one is my main one, but the main one, framing Lois's rules of reporting.
That was RGB 1028.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's what that was.
Honorable
Uh,
mention, the dance with Lois at the barn.
Interesting. Was that's also George's, by the way, is framing Lois's rules. That seems to
Damn,
be
bro.
it's crazy. You know what's nuts about that is that she gave those rules to everybody, so it's really not that sweet in the
He
end,
framed
right?
it.
Yeah, but it's only because he it gets high
He
all the
framed
time.
it. He framed
He
it.
gets high,
He was the only
so
one.
he
He,
forgets.
he was the only one.
He
He was the only one
forgets.
that
He's
framed
not
it.
gonna look at his
He framed it.
phone.
He loves her.
By the way, if Doomsday was in Brazil, he would have never like even looked for her. There.
Rocky said anytime they were being sober.
Oh, okay. Shout out.
Joy also said the dance in the barn at Bride.
Okay, this one, it was already mentioned earlier, but the best Clark moment is when he's comforting Lois inside of the Phantom Zone, and he says nobody messes with Lois and Clark. Like that's easily the best Clark moment of the season.
Not telling Jimmy the truth. And
And why would that be the best moment, Joseph? What are you trying to bring up right now?
dude,
Why don't you tell me what you're trying to
Smooth
bring
Hands
up right now?
voted for that. So it's like
That's the best Clark moment. It's not telling. It's not
no
telling
telling
Jimmy.
Jimmy the truth. Yeah,
Wait. So telling Jimmy the truth is, or not telling
it
him, which
is the best moment from Smooth
okay.
Hands.
So, all right. So it's actually something nice. All right.
Yes,
The problem is that he waited until he had no out. He could have done it earlier in the season, which is
he
what
didn't
people.
know he didn't have no out.
What do you mean? Instead, he made up that stupid cape thing with Oliver. Okay. Either way, he could have said this so much sooner, but instead he thought he was gonna die, which is why he told Jimmy. You know, it's crazy. He was willing to tell Jimmy, but he wasn't willing to tell Lois because he doesn't love her. Um,
All
I
right, dude. Dude.
You know when
Why are you cutting deep
see,
like that,
look,
man?
look, this is what happens when I hurt. I'm gonna make everybody hurt. So with the best moment though in the first 10 episodes, that was where Lois and Clark were getting more and more. And Clark being able to kind of guide her through it and being able to be there as a comfort where in the end he said, no, Lois goes back. I do not. Sure, she was taken over by Davis's mom, but that's besides the point. Clark was there and that line was amazing. So best Clark moment is going to go to him with Lois.
Sounds like a Lois and Clark moment.
It is a Lois and Clark moment, which is why he says the line. So I think that makes me 11-2 for this
No,
award.
no, dude.
We
Drew
are
and
going to.
John both said fuck Legion. Everything they were talking about. Anyone who is telling him to murder everyone and not do shit. He saves Chloe. He tries to come up with the best plan possible for Davis. That's what they voted. Is him, I guess, being stubborn and not listening to them.
Okay. I'm not. I don't know if that's a best Clark moment. That seems to be.
Standing up for his principles, Taylor. Come on.
I don't like that. I don't like standing up for your principles sometimes. And this was a case where he was right all along with the Phantom Zone. And I feel like he should have just been able to get that crystal back. He should have been able to do something in order to send Davis. And then I would have said that's best Clark moment because he didn't listen to anybody. But this one, even the splitting of the Krypton, he still had to deal with Doomsday. And his plan was to bury him. I can't give that to Clark as a best moment. Do we know if it worked? I don't think it worked.
What are you talking about, dude? Like he's just chilling in there in hot lava.
Can we go back to Clark comforting Lois though in the Phantom Zone? I think in Sim Bloodlines, everybody. So if you need to go back to be able to understand what I'm saying, please do. That would easily be the best moment. I mean, that whole
Dude, he
episode,
stood
you
up
could just pick
against racism and
moments.
Bulletproof. That was a better
Y-
moment.
You know what he did in that episode too when he tried to fight Kara because her hair was braided.
No. How about when he goes on his fake wedding engagement planning day and committed with Lois?
No, because I have that for something else.
Oh. Best plan, huh? Maybe worst plan? Who knows?
What do you think it would be?
That's the real question. Uh,
By the way, if
we
you
all
really,
know whose worst plan it is. I can't wait to talk about worst plan.
if
All right, but Taylor has this one. Whatever.
no,
Fuck
no, no,
off.
no,
Best
no.
CK
I
moment.
won't. No, no, I won't give it to me on this. I'll give it to the rules. Even though I think all of y'all are just not understanding. I was outvoted. I will give this one up. Only because for the best Clark moment, I still think it was just sweet for that line alone, but that could be best line of the season.
That's true. I
So
think you do like the line more than what's
I love the
happening.
fucking line. I love
Because
everything about that line.
I remember you're like, Lois knows, right? She knows he has powers. He knows.
She
She knows.
knows. She knows. She had to have known. But I'm gonna give it to the rules. I don't believe in it, but so many
Fuck
other
yeah, the
yeah.
rules, baby. I love the rules, man. You like the rules? I like the rules. CK, man. Lots
Everyone
of
has the
moments.
rules. Those rules are passed around
Nah,
like
not
they're
framed.
trash.
They're valuable. They
Like
don't know how valuable they are.
like they've been on the stripper pole all night.
I remember that. All right, we're done with the moments. Holy shit. Holy shit. I do have a worst friend from someone. Someone put worst friend.
Where's friends Chloe?
He said Oliver. Drew said Oliver. Chloe may be a worse person, but Oliver has been consistently the worst friend, trying to cockblock him and Lois by bringing Lana back, killing Clark's best friend, Lex, mostly being sarcastic, betraying Clark at almost every opportunity, and shooting him in the back with a kryptonite arrow.
Yeah, but he didn't know him since fifth or eighth grade. So
Oh, right.
that the history that's there.
All right, dude, are you ready for we already did Jimmy's moments, right? Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
we
ready for
already did
Chloe's,
Jimmy's
dude?
movie.
I got some Chloe's in here.
Oh, you have Chloe moments?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, keep going.
Drew said, I can't really think of a good Chloe moment. Pre bride, good moments pretty much have to be attributed to Brainiac, right? I truly can't think of a good moment post bride. If I'm being generous, deciding to keep Jemmy's present of the clock tower is the best Chloe moment.
That was so selfish. There's no way that could be a best Chloe
Worst
moment.
Chloe moment from Drew, stopping Clark from putting Davis in the Phantom Zone.
Uh, worst. Yeah, I would say for worst, that's easily it because that was so shocking for her to just show up in the fortress and just like stop it. Let's go, Davis. That honestly bothered me. So I could easily say that. I would also say for worst moment, sending Clark to Alaska.
Dude,
That
I
could
was about to
easily
say,
be Chloe's
Drew's
worst.
honorable mention is, I think, better than his actual one. Because he said, wishing for Lois's life instead of her husband's, letting Lois take her place at Jimmy's side at the hospital, choosing to hit her husband with a lead pipe instead of believing him, agreeing to harbor Davis, gaslighting Clark, and sending him to
This is
Alaska.
biggest villain of the year. This is what this is. I agree. I agree everything. This is biggest villain. It's not even close. Every episode you could find something. Even in the first one with Odyssey, where she was just doing some study for 4 months, not thinking she was a prisoner. Or I'm sorry, 4 years, and her not even believing she was a prisoner the entire time. Absolutely ridiculous. That was not my Chloe Sullivan. She was already different, but worst, Alaska. The best. Come
Dude.
on. When she's holding up that leg for the garter.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
lord.
Joy said marrying Jimmy, so I think you said that at one point. She also
Yeah,
said worst thing was lying to, or not believing
uh,
Jimmy.
the garter scene. All right, fine.
We
You can
know,
like do.
pervert. You're the best pervert. You're the worst pervert. We get it.
You can like say whatever you want to me. Just leave your leg there.
Shut up! I don't want to say anything to you.
Okay, but those were good.
Uh, how about you want some Lana moments?
No, we're not doing Lana moments at all. She was not in this whole season. We're not doing Lana
But
moments.
John said something really good. He said, honorable mention, worst moment. Her whole I can help people, all I need is to be the most powerful being in the universe thing. Never mind the fact that she immediately became a villain last time, but this time she's ready, so she deserves the power.
She's mature. We didn't see her maturity. Did you not see her cut her hair with a box cutter? That shows growth.
Joy said when she finally left, was her best moment.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it best. We can't include Lodges in 5 episodes.
uh, sorry, dude. Just had to throw it in there, man. All right, all right, all right. Do we want to transition to
It's
dude?
planned.
There's some best characters in this, by the way.
Best characters?
Yeah, like best.
Yeah, you know what? It would go to Davis.
Hey, honestly, he was one of mine.
Yeah, no, it would go to
I
Davis because
think
I
he's my
can't.
main, actually.
You can't pick Jimmy because the writers just shit on him, so it doesn't do
Oh
anything.
no, sorry, sorry. Davis was my honorable mention. Regan is my best character
Why
of the
would
season.
Regan be your best character?
Dude, he was handling shit. Tessa came and fucked
You
his shit
have
up.
a bigger
Regan said, "I'm gonna fuck you up, Tess." And then remember when he got when he got Oliver, snuck up behind him and hit him and fucking
you
brainwashed
have
him
a
to
you have a
kill
better
Clark.
argument with Neutron than you do with Regan.
Nah, dude, Regan best character of the season, bro. Are you
No, no,
kidding?
no. Best character is Davis. Come on.
Okay, he's honorable mention. I'll give it to that. It's fun.
He's Davis.
Worst character? I'm gonna put them all in one. Legion. I think Legion might be the worst
Wow. You know
character
what?
of the
Yes.
season.
I would say okay.
I literally was like, how about all those three fucking idiots over there?
You know
That
what?
was.
If we had a pinpoint one though, and I hate to do this, but it's Garth.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
hate to do that?
I'm gonna have to pinpoint one here.
Uh oh, he
It's
hates to
Garth.
do
It's
it.
Garth, and you know what? And not being able to stab Chloe. You know what? That's who the real villain of the season is. It's Garth for being a pussy.
He just wants blood. That's all. Um, Joy, you made Joy mad, dude. Okay, because she said she picked Jimmy
What? Wave?
for best
No,
character. Sorry.
it can't be. The writers spit on him. They turn him into a drug addict. I can't can't pick
That
a
sounds like
man.
good character.
Good character growth. It's like Jamie Lannister in Game of Thrones. Taylor, idiot.
Why not? It's like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Instead of fucking his sister, he's fucking you.
Man, shout out Legion. Worst character, beautiful. Best character, Davis. We love it. All right. No one else
Yes.
was really that great. Sorry.
No. Not at all.
Plan time. Ooh. Worst plan? What are we doing? Worst plan?
Yeah. Do you want me to go first on this?
Yeah, do
All right. Worst plan is Clark and Tess.
it. The
Worst
plane? Is it the
worst
plane?
plan has to go to the plane, and him thinking that he's gonna be able to get Tess drunk in order for her to be able to spill the beans about everything, and
And then
instead,
Tess's stupid plan to fucking crash a plane. And yeah, to see what's up.
my honorable mention though really was with Lois being able to act like her and Clark were together in order to then be captured. Where if they didn't even act like they were together, Jimmy and Chloe were released,
Nothing would have happened.
so nothing would have happened. So that was my honorable mention. But in the end, Clark just found out way too many awful things. And again, the plan of getting
It wasn't a
drunk,
good day.
it wasn't, it was a bad day. And somehow even drunk Tess got the upper hand by crashing the plane.
My honorable mention was Tess destroying Clark's crystal.
Why? She got her way.
And that's the whole thing. She wants him to fulfill your destiny, Clark. Please go kill that fucking
But we
monster.
don't know if the orb was telling her to do that.
Dude, fuck the orb, dude.
I still don't know what it does. Still have no idea what that thing does.
Dude, you'll have to wait a while, man. We got Fog next, man. All right.
Yeah, I know we have a prequel here.
Oh, a prequel, huh?
Yeah, this is going back to the old days with Clark Kent before he realized he had superpowers.
So yeah, I think just unanimous, by the way. It's the fucking plane. All right. All of Turbulence is the worst plan ever.
Uh, George, he did put Clark wanting to build a life with Lana.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ. That is a
that
terrible one.
that was considered a plan. I just he really got a lot of bad things from that.
I think we should take one in consideration, maybe, because hiding Davis in the basement might be the worst plan. That got 3 votes: Drew,
Nope.
Joy,
Could
and
have it
Rocky.
could have been hot. Could have been hot.
Okay.
So I'm not
All right,
gonna
you
vote
might
for
like John's though because he said the writers for how they handled Lana's permanent exit.
All right. There's 2 awards. One's real life. We'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. And
That's
then
right.
one that's going to be show. So the one that's show, we're going to say is the plane. The one that's real life is how they handled the exit and how they could have just done date night.
Yeah, he also was mad about the whole Abyss flashback and how they were in 8th grade, and then all of a sudden they look like ninth grade adults. Yeah, he
Puberty.
was. Yeah, he had. Yeah, he had some real life votes here, so we're gonna give it to you, John. But real life,
Yeah. You get the real life
fake
one.
is turbulence.
It's
Okay.
still going to be that plane. It's
Yeah.
still going to be. That was so awful. I was just not expecting that. I thought he would get at least get a little something out of it, right?
Nope. Not CK, dude.
I mean,
Um.
what do you got for best plan?
Oh, best
Because I think I
plan.
got you. I think you and I may
Oh.
have the same one for this.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Hold
Let
on,
me
no,
bring
no,
up my
you say
list.
it first. You say it first.
Um, the barn when Jimmy and Chloe set up Lois to dance with Clark.
Dude, I put that exact thing. I said Jimmy at the wedding setting up Clark and Lois. I said
Best
that
plan, bro.
exact
We
same
said
thing.
it when we were talking
We
about that
said it
episode.
during that episode. That is also canon. Okay,
That
we
is canon.
said it in Bride. We were trying to figure out how they were able to dance like that. We saw what Jimmy was doing. Jimmy was the one that was fighting. Jimmy was the one that was the wingman that everybody needed. Jimmy knows how to finger in a Yaris. Jimmy knows how to take care of you.
That'll
He's
do it.
going. He's
That'll
going.
do it. But yeah, so unanimous. That was again. We said it at the time.
We
Best
did.
plan ever. You can honorable mention. CK wants to just split Davis and put Doomsday in the Phantom Zone.
George did put Phantom Zone.
Yeah, that should have been unanimous, honestly. Like as far as number 2 goes, you know.
Yeah, I do agree. It's just he wasn't able to pull it off, but it was a great idea. Jimmy was able to pull this off.
Oh, Joy agreed
Jimmy,
with us, by the way, Taylor,
oh yeah.
on our
Yeah, there
bride,
we go. There we go. All right.
and everyone else
All
pretty much
right.
said the splitting and then Phantom Zone, like Rocky, Smooth Hands, John, all of them said that.
Yeah, we still said it though during Bride.
Yeah, we won. It's okay. Yeah, we're the
Yeah.
best. Best plan though. I do got to read this one out from Drew.
Is this the long
This is
argument
the
here?
one. This is the one.
All right, I'm curious.
Best plan, Lana. And then, let me explain it first. Getting the super suit and needing, in quotations, needing to leave Smallville. Somehow, Lana discovered Lex's plan to recover using this crazy super suit and developed the following plan. Step 1: train mind and body to handle superpowers. In season 7, Lana comes to the realization that she isn't ready for the temptation and potential corruption that comes with the power. To prepare herself, she seeks out a mentor who can train her, ensuring she is equipped for a lifetime of powers. Step 2: return to Smallville. Lana accidentally bumps into Oliver and accepts his invitation to return in Smallville. So, um, she uses Chloe's wedding as the pretext for the return, and Oliver as the reason she was persuaded. And then she carefully orchestrates everything after. Um, she uses Oliver because she witnessed him with the whole attempting murder Lex, so she keeps that in the back pocket. Step 3: wait for the suit to be finished, the super skin suit. Lana cleverly leverages her feelings for Clark as a smokescreen, allowing her to remain in Smallville while waiting for Dr. Grohl to finish the suit. So this distraction keeps Clark from uncovering what's actually going on. This is when I think she was like saying she was going to go do stuff at the ISIS Foundation. So that's what he's referring to. And then this part killed me. It says bonus step confirmation. When the Legion arrives from the future, Imra or whatever, it reinforces Lana's confidence in her plan, revealing that she is known in the future for much more than her relationship with Clark. So now we go to step 4, since we got the bonus step
Yeah, they know
confirmation.
who Jason is in the future. That's what's going on.
Step 4: wear the suit. Basically, all the events we see in episode Power that let her get the suit. Step 5: get forced to leave Smallville. After finally getting the powers, there's no way Lana would let herself be tied down to a life in Smallville with Clark. So, but if she just left town, Clark would track her down. She needed a way to leave Smallville that appeared to be against her will and a reason for Clark to let her go. Enter Lex Luthor. She knew Lex wouldn't let her walk away with the suit, but she was invincible now, so what could he do? He then attacks the heart. Lex's only option was to use the kryptonite function to force her and Clark to break up. So obviously Lana knew that the suit could absorb kryptonite since they were shown in the schematics with Dr. Grohl. All that was left for Lex was to retaliate. And then cue the events of the episode Requiem. Lana even made sure finding the bomb couldn't be tied to her and waited for Clark to find it on the roof. She then sacrifices herself, her future, with Clark and disarms the bomb, leaving Lex to take the blame and appearing to make the heroic sacrifice. Step 6: cut loose ends. Lana knew Lex would never stop in his attempts as revenge, so she needed a way to get rid of Lex without it being traced back to her. Now, back pocket, we reach for it. Enter Oliver Queen. During Requiem, Clark confirms what Lana suspected, that Oliver wants to kill Lex. All that she needed to do was buy time for Oliver to make his move, so she stalled for not finding the bomb from Toyman, allowing Oliver the time he needed to get out of the hospital and find Lex. And when Clark found out Lex's location, Lana intervened because she knew Clark would never kill his best buddy, Lex. This also gave Oliver the opportunity to kill Lex. I win. That is the end
Listen,
of the best plan for Lana.
listen. Who was this?
This was Drew.
Drew, shout out. Um, Lana is not allowed to win. So
That's all you have to
listen,
say to him.
it's a strong argument. I
It's so
was
good. He even put
it
a picture of in
it's
it.
fantastic, and everything that you mentioned makes the most sense. I even thought that maybe Lana was doing it on purpose because there was no way she did not know about the meteor absorbing feature.
Mm-hmm.
I am still, however, I can't give her the best because here's the thing that you want me to do, and I can't do it. You want me to take an award from Jimmy, and I'm not going to take an award away from Jimmy at this point. I just can't do it. Your argument is flawless. And I do completely agree that this was all a part of Lana's ultimate goal. So I am going to say yes, in normal circumstances, it would be the best. But Jimmy died. So because Jimmy died, he gets that extra bump. So it's the death that then sets him over the edge. So once again, it's Jimmy at the wedding. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew.
That was beautiful, man. I'm glad I got to read that out.
Second place. Second place.
Hey, now ain't nothing wrong with silver. Ain't nothing wrong with silver, bud. Uh, man, best plan, dude. Beautiful. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Is it time for villain or episode?
No, villain is too easy. Villain is so easy.
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay. Well, shouldn't we at least maybe give more of a shout out to second place then, which is probably
well,
just
second
Oliver.
place is easy too.
What about third?
What do you mean? What about third?
Chun Li?
The third would be considered Lana.
John said Chun Li movie.
No, that's a classic. Did you not
What?
see it? The guy from Black Eyed Peas was in it.
Yeah, dude, he played the worst Vega ever.
Ever. I don't think there could have ever been a worse Vegas. Somebody can cosplay better than what we saw. But
Yeah.
Bison can't be duplicated.
All right, Chloe. Easy category this year. Good
Yeah, I'm
job.
not gonna go through anything. I'm already like really hurt. A lot of people have made me mad.
We know what you did all season. Okay? I'm sorry.
You
Joy
met
said Oliver,
Davis.
by the way. So, hey, Joy, if it makes you feel any better, you got silver. Good job.
You met Davis.
We
You
could
then
throw in
thought
Brainiac in there. Sure. Throw him in there.
You then thought that, oh, he's hot. He can help me change a light bulb. You then decided to kiss him by and right next to a moped that nobody knows wherever you got it. By the way, where is that moped? So with you having that kiss, you then was able to still marry Jimmy, thinking that you could just ignore Davis's phone calls. Davis then shows up at the wedding as Doomsday says, "Hey, what about me?" You then allow him to be able to do what he did to your husband. And not only that, but you did not go to the hospital in the end with your husband. Instead, you sent Lois Lane in order to sit next to him. When he was eventually able to be brought over, you then decided to say, "Ugh, this is like really annoying," and then have Davis meet you at said hospital where you guys start making out in front of him. You then are the cause for his bad dreams. You are the one that broke that drug machine, not Jimmy. You are the one that kept feeding him the pills. You are the one that turned him into what he is. You tried to play the victim in the end. And everybody saw right through what you were trying to. You pulled the crystal and you
We
said, Clark,
saw.
don't ever talk to my boyfriend without me again. You had Taco Bell on top of the hood of a car and tried to have sex with him.
So
Chloe
hot.
Sullivan, you're dead to me.
Oh, she's so hot, dude. She's a romantic. For real. Cares a lot about love. But let's get Taylor away from that, dude. He's getting angry. I don't like
Dude,
it.
I'm just like, so I didn't even bring up
Did
like the
did you
last
do a
episode.
best
She
moment of the
left the
season?
blood stain. She left the blood spot on her floor.
You think she'll just put a rug over it and actually not clean it?
Yeah, I do think that. Or she'll hire a maid crew and say, "Hey, can you clean this up? The last owner left this." God.
Did you do a best moment of the season at all? Or a favorite
Mm.
moment of the season?
Well, favorite moment would have been the line. Nobody messes with Lois and Clark.
Okay, okay.
No one's gonna mess with Lois and Clark, right?
Mine was when I guess the show, the writers fit in the callback to season 1 in Abyss when Chloe's was losing her all her memories. Remember when we went back and we heard it word for word?
Yeah, yeah, that was great, but it also goes with like one of the worst moments because remember they were so young. They,
No.
they couldn't age the next year that way. So that
That's
was
not a
also
worst moment for me, dude. It's like
yeah,
just the
yeah, yeah.
callback.
But since it was already nominated that way, it just can't be changed. So the callback does not work.
Dude. Fine, give it to the Clovis dance, all right? The barn dance.
Well, okay, fine. Okay. Wait, the barn dance? Okay, fine. That works. But
All
I
right.
would say again, it's that whole episode. The whole episode, best moment.
All right. Speaking of episodes, it's time, man.
All right. I'm actually very curious here.
Got a lot of votes for the Lana episodes and the worst ones, so let's start there. Well, actually, Drew said Eternal. I guess he didn't like this one too much. Um, where's it at?
George
Sorry.
said stiletto.
I also said stiletto.
Interesting. You know what I said?
Bulletproof,
I did say bulletproof.
because that's my second one.
It's this simple too. You could honestly take out bulletproof.
Nothing happens in there.
Nothing. Nothing at all. You can take out that entire
But
episode.
stiletto, it makes me angry because you're just trying to trash a character. There's like nothing even happening with that either.
Yeah, but isn't it still the building of the relationship where the red blue blur and her first talk for the first time?
Shut up, Taylor.
See? So because of that connection right there in Stiletto, it means that you have to watch it. With Bulletproof, what do you have to watch it for?
Yeah, all right, fine. I did vote for Bulletproof, so I'll give it to it. But it's okay. So worst episode from Drew was Eternal, the return of Veritas in a big way, which retconned the pilot and further destroyed Lionel's character, randomly forcing in this brother comparison for Clark and Davis, trying to rewrite the legend of Naman. I could go on and on. This was a horribly written episode. I was like,
It's
that's
also a
not
very
bad.
strong one.
That's not
See,
bad.
it's a different take on like what the worst episode would be. So with the worst episode, they're saying how many retcons it was that kind of then spit on what they already set up. So I
Mm-hmm.
can easily see that as a strong argument. You know what?
Um,
I'm fine with giving that to that.
Eternal. Oh, dude, nah, Veritas, man, come on.
I know, and that's the only thing is that it gives us an out for everything. So
No, because
because
the only reason why I can't do that is because I was the whole rewriting the Legend of Naman. It didn't seem rewritten to me. It's just like I said. I think it was
it was a
a
different interpretation of it.
interpretation passed down the line, like just
Yeah.
translated differently. So someone understood it more than someone else. I don't know. They understood it a different way. I think I can't put that in there, so that's why I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fair. So bulletproof it is.
Bulletproof it is. Everyone else voted for Power. A lot of votes for Power, like John, Smooth Hands, Joy. But Joy did also kind of lean towards Requiem. Rocky hated Requiem too. Um, but yeah, Bulletproof, the worst one out of the entire season for sure.
Easily,
You
easily.
don't
It's
need to
just
watch that one ever again.
you don't. That's the thing about it. You don't ever need to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't like it doesn't tie in, doesn't show anything. You get absolutely nothing out of bulletproof
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that
besides
one
racism
and Joe.
and Joe and some burnt steaks.
Well done. All right, so best episode.
It's not even close. All right. It's Bride, everybody. We're going home. That was the awards.
Okay,
We
I
are
want to say this
done.
though. For me, I combined both Abyss and Bride. I thought those were two back to back really good episodes, and they
Thank
fit
you,
very.
Joseph. It's Bride. I'm so glad we had this discussion. It is Bride.
Drew, Joy, and Rocky all voted Bride. Okay.
George Bride.
Smooth Hands voted Infamous.
Jesus, I need to be wearing a wedding dress right now.
I liked Committed. That would be my second vote.
Bride.
That was
Oh,
the
it
time where we knew love as what it
Committed
once
is
was.
gross. What is your problem? That's the second best episode. My ass.
Dude, so beautiful.
No,
So beautiful.
it's
It's when
not.
love existed, man.
What are you talking about, weirdo?
It's when love existed, okay? And John voted Abyss as well. But hey, Bride. Dang.
Bride.
That was a good one, huh?
Bride is ultimate. Bride is the best season finale I've ever watched. When it comes to Smallville, I'm
Season
so
finale.
glad that we were able to finish the season on a strong note. Nothing else happened.
Can't believe you didn't pick Legion.
For what?
Best episode, dude.
Like episode, like what episode do you wish you could punch in the face?
Just in one specific area. His name's Garth. Guys, ladies and gents, we are done. Season 8 awards, bro. The end of an era. Season 8 is officially done, Taylor. Are you happy?
The end of the Ocho. I think somebody did ask us which season we liked more, either season 7 or season 8.
Oh
And
yeah, it was Drew. What was worse, season 7 or season 8?
Season 7. Season 8, no matter what, you have me on the first 10.
That's true. Season 11, or sorry, season 7 was all over the place the entire time.
Yeah, they sped up a lot more things. At least I can pinpoint with season 8, like the things that I like. With season 7, I don't even know.
Man,
It
I
was
do miss
just,
Lex a little bit, you know. I'll say that.
I don't miss Lex. I think this season showed that you can still have a great villain without Lex. That is what this season was able to prove. You just have to have a great character. Davis is the one that brought it. I love season 8. Oh my lord, 5 stars plus the three. I can't believe that this is the end of it. I'm so happy. Maybe next season's gonna help me. Everyone is building it up. I'm hurting. Like I said, empty shell here. I'm wanting to feel whole again. And right
Maybe
now
you
I
will, dude. Maybe one day.
I don't have a lot of hope. That's the other issue. I'm hurting and I'm trying. I'm trying to grow.
How about you
Trying to
just
grow.
grow up?
Maybe I'll shove like a pole into my body and hopefully I can heal and then come back
I'll shove it
stronger.
in there for you if you want.
Yeah, right. What is it?
Hannah Baker, dude. Just say Hannah Baker, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm sorry. Shout out. Hot
Shout
10.
out. Dude, we did it. Two nerdy idiots brought you another season 8. Or sorry, brought you another award show for season 8, man. We're done.
Shout out to everybody who participated. I
Yes.
love the participation. Schoolhouse Rock John, if that's your real name, John. Thank you so fucking much. Shout out Tay once again. Thank you. Shout out Sean. Where were you? Shout out.
Yeah, for real. We're out of here. Somebody Save Me podcast will return next week. Bonus movie episode.
And remember, so that nobody can complain, it'll be Friday. It'll be Friday night movie night is when it's released.
That's right. Friday night, movie night. Okay? But that's like next week, dude. Okay? So don't worry. We're going to
Yes.
have fog time. Fog. Tom
All
Welling.
right.
Hope he's
R.I.P.
naked.
Jimmy. R.I.P.